it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, blown spot right there, Oliver Fullington. Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman hack. How the hell is it going today? That popped you so much. Oliver dropped his Gatorade bottle.
He's like, crash, boom, bang.
It was a blown spot. It
Did you
happens.
see Ty's face? I brought with his eyes.
It happens. Look, it's a blown spot, and it's apropos for the shows that we're doing today.
Oh
Actually.
my God, we're going French today.
Don't steal my words.
Sorry. We are off to a wild start here already. I got to say, first off, this past Saturday, we were at Suplex Vintage Wrestling.
Wow.
The show that we did with the guys at Suplex, Todd Gordon, Fonzie, and Too Cold will be out before you guys hear this. But what a tremendous day, guys. I had such a great time there.
Dude, those guys were great down there.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, besides it being 170 degrees on the third floor or whatever, but they can't help that. And I honestly, I thought I was going to die there. But yeah, what a great day. Those dudes are great, and they love the business like I love the business.
Yeah.
And they're not even in it, and that gave me energy.
Yeah, it was super cool hanging out there.
And we smoked so much pot that day. Oh my God, it's impossible to get any higher. Dude, the owner rolled a joint like a Cuban cigar, and he's like, "Here, take this for a little while." And then he had.
It was like a rapper amount of weed, I think, would be the way to describe that environment.
I can't smoke pot like that.
Yeah,
I never could in my life.
I was like, are we doing a podcast or we had a Snoop fucking music
Yeah,
video?
it's like
There was so much smoke in the room. It was great.
yeah, it was a great day there Saturday. So we had a fantastic time.
The guy Mike, right? That was
Mike.
the guy. Mike was the guy rolling, right?
Mike and Chris.
Who was the big guy that knew all that? That he deferred all the questions to?
Jay.
Okay.
Jay, their guy. Yeah, they do that, a hardcore happy hour show. So they were really super stoked to speak to you guys and hang out with everybody. And we had a blast there. The one thing I want to call out, though, man, this one guy, Brian, he had his son dressed as Hack, and you had already left by that point. Malik was there with us, too, our boy Malik Joe. Shouts out to Malik. And he got the guy's number, so that I was like, listen, get that guy's number. I know Hack will do a video for the kid. You did the video and you sent it to him. It made that kid's day. He said he's been talking about it all week.
Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the man.
We gotta send him some stuff too. He gave me an address or something in Norristown or whatever.
Okay.
We gotta send them people something.
Yeah, cool. We'll get them
Yeah,
sent
I
some
mean,
stuff.
if you come out to the thing dressed as you, I mean, it's unfortunate that you.
How old was that kid? He's looking
The kid
real
was like
young.
7, maybe.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
young.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his kid's Sonny. So that was super cool. You Hack. You did that for the kid after you had already left because you were a little tuckered out.
Well, I mean, it was so hot. And, all of us were about to die. It
Yes.
was just. I mean, it's like 100 degrees out. Plus, you're in, constricted space. It's too much.
Yeah, it was a lot, but a great day. Really appreciate the guys at Suplex for doing that for us.
Can't wait to go back.
Can't wait to go back. Can't wait to collaborate more in the future. It
Yeah, and
certainly was
thank
an
you
awesome
to them
time.
for having us.
Yeah, man, that was a really good time. That was fun.
Yeah, it really truly was. And anytime you get around your fans, man, that's always a really fun time.
Yeah, they could have fed us.
Oh,
Where was the green room?
oh my God, those green
we were in it. That was the
green
green
everywhere.
room.
What are you talking
It was
about?
filled with dope. No food.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, all right. Maybe some little eats next time. Okay. So coming up first here, we did watch WWE's Money in the Bank this weekend. That was on Saturday as well. Yeah, boo, hiss. Yeah, I agree.
Tippy time.
It was coming from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They had a big crowd that night.
All right, Lance.
Okay. They had a big crowd, but man, they didn't give them a whole lot in this show. So the show opened up with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Drew McIntyre defeated Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. What did you guys think of the opening men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
I mean, I thought it was okay, I guess. I mean, I guess you could say the best part about it is the finish and still, like, continuing what's going on with CM Punk, because all the fans seem to be really invested in that, at least. I mean, the match was okay. You know, they have their usual spots, but a lot of things I didn't like to see, like taking too much time to get up the ladder and just timing off, and I don't know, it just wasn't that great. It didn't really flow for me.
No, it didn't really flow for me either. I know on last week's show, we were talking about the AW ladder match that they did, and certainly if you want to compare the two, the AW one blew this out of the water. Ty, I don't know, what did you think of this match?
It was okay. It's everything Oliver said. It's your typical ladder spot matches or ladder spots like that we just don't like. I thought they had a couple good, nice spots, like the backflip over the rope into the ladder, and then the kind of like the
sunset flip off the top of the ladder into the power bomb.
That stuff's great, but if your timing's all off, it throws it all off.
Dude, there was so many missed, like, super kick. There was so much shit that didn't, like hit for me. I know I'm, like, a little bit particular, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, dude, don't throw a super kick and have a guy sell it and you didn't even touch him with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a lot of stuff like that. And to me, it was a lot of singles matches. You know what I mean? There's
Gable and Knight,
there's two guys
Jay,
here.
Drew.
Everybody else is laying outside the ring for a couple minutes and stuff. I'm like, mix it up, boys. And they went to the ladders too early for me. You got six guys. You know, they were in a hurry to get to the ladders for some reason. And I could kind of probably figure out all their psychology is, well, we got the Hardy Boys ladder matches. We got the Dudley Boys ladder matches. We've seen some great ladder matches in the other company. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably in a hurry to get to their game. But the game, I don't know. The opening kickoff was just bleh.
Yeah, I agree.
It just was.
And it was Trick was in the match. Trick Williams?
No,
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes. I always mix those two up. I thought he showed out in the match with a couple nice spots.
Dude, he's my only star right there. He is the star of this match.
Yeah,
you feel the same way, Ollie? All right, good.
Carmelo came out of that looking very well.
Great.
And I actually thought LA Knight was very good in the match as well.
I think the one thing that stands out to me on for Carmelo Hayes, at least on the main roster, is his size. I do think he's a little bit just kind of small for their company. I know, which is crazy to say.
He's gonna get put in that Ricochet role. Like, Ricochet's awesome, but it's so. I mean, how can he get a push?
I think Carmelo Hayes has a little bit more charisma to him and a little bit more personality. Probably the Ricochet that fits a little more in, like, WWE's kind of like.
But when I see him in those guys, I mean, Chad Gable's also small, but when he's in the ring with Andrade or LA Knight or Drew Mack, I'm like, dude, this is like another level.
You go. There is nobody besides the top, let's say, 6, 7, 8 guys, and LA Knight's at the end of that list. And who's the other guy that keeps losing?
Drew Mack?
No, not Drew Mack. I forget, but they know there's a second tier to the roster, and you ain't getting at that top tier.
Yeah.
They just know you're not doing it.
Question, Hack. It seems like the dudes like Carmelo, the smaller dudes, whatever, that are on the end. It seems that, like, Styles has kind of broken that
Oh,
barrier.
that's what I was saying. Styles was the other guy. He's at the end of the top guys.
Okay.
The top
But he
eight, they're like
was,
7
he's always like been up. He seemed to kind of break that smaller guy mold and like the big
Yeah,
guy
but look how
business.
jacked
So
he was. And remember when they brought him back and it was him, Randy, and somebody else and
Yeah.
somebody else at that spot, you know what I mean? And then The Rock turned it into this, and then it got turned into that, and then that's why he got lost.
Yeah, I don't know. The match, it just didn't do it for me, really. And Drew Mack going over, I guess, kind of made sense for the booking. So I didn't
Well,
have an issue
everybody
with that.
called it. Ty called it. The other guy at the place we were at Saturday, he said the same thing, right?
Yeah, it just made sense.
it was the
I
only
didn't
thing that
see
really
it,
made
but-
sense.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it almost made too much sense.
Yeah.
I know, but also too, it's like how many wasted like opportunities are you gonna have with
Well,
like the
we'll
men's
get to-
money in the bank?
I mean, we'll get to that.
We will get to that with the
and
booking of the Rollins and Priest
Rollins and
match.
Priest.
But
It's a good. We'll come back to
yeah,
that question.
we'll come
yeah.
back to that. Up next on the show was Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. So, I was kind of excited for this, and I wasn't sure if this was the time that they were going to go with the full-on Braun push there, but Sami Zayn retained the title. Breaker did come out to a new theme song, which I thought was kind of for him. I don't know if they've kind of figured out the whole presentation of him yet. The crowd was kind of into it, but these two just didn't really click to me. I don't know what was going on in this match, and I don't know if it was a bad performance.
There was no spots.
Yeah, it was just kind of
There was
there.
no spots. It
Yeah.
was a strongman match. Basically, it was like the heat on the kid. You know what I mean? And then go over at the end.
And
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, it was like a shit ton of like shoot-ins to the ropes.
A lot.
Like a lot of just shoot in, do that, shoot in, do that. Like
Can Breaker work? Do we know that?
We don't know that
Can he
yet.
spot?
Yeah, definitely. Like the Frankensteiner spots.
I mean,
That's
he's
the-
Yeah, okay. That doesn't mean you can call
he's-
tackle, drop down, hip toss, hard
he's a
drag, body slam. You know what I'm saying?
Do I think he could do that yet? Probably not, no. But I think someone like Sammy could carry him through that. But I don't know.
Well,
He's a
it didn't
very
seem
good-
like it to me. That
he's a
Sammy was
very
interested
good
in that at all.
He's a very good athlete. Worker, I'm not 100% sure yet, but he's also being pushed as not to be a worker right now.
Right,
Like,
he's getting the fucking the what's his name push.
Goldberg, the Brock.
Which doesn't make sense to me. He's got a rocket up his ass like he's this huge like badass.
But he's
he
5'6".
right, that, and then he goes up against Sammy and
You do a
loses
15
clean.
minute
Well,
match,
they
and you
did
lose
that
clean.
for a
And loses
reason.
clean.
They did that for a reason because they wanted. Was that a match to go somewhere else?
It was an IC title match.
Yeah, so they did that, but then when you watched Monday night afterwards, and Braun like tore the whole
Yeah, he
freaking
came out
place down, and stuff
squashing.
like that. So that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Sammy gets over on beating the dude, but then the next night the dude turns into Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, maybe thought it was a little
What
too.
were you going to say, Ollie?
I just think he needs to get his feel down more. Like he's too robotic and like in the ring to me so far, and like he's really still young, obviously like super young
Is
in
he
the
Rick's
business.
kid?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Rick Steiner.
Okay, well, I see a lot of Rick in him.
You see more Rick than Scott in him?
Yeah, way more.
So do I.
Way
And
more.
a lot of people compare him to Scott.
Way more.
And I think,
Scott was the better worker.
that's what I was just going to say. In my
Exactly.
opinion, Scott was the better worker.
And the kid does his who, but he's not trying to do his dad's like bark thing. Did
Right.
you notice that
Yes.
one too? His dad used to do the who, whatever the hell it was. Dog.
Look, he did the top rope Frankensteiner. I think that spot's pretty incredible. that
I
he
can
does.
do a Frankenstein. So, what are you guys like?
it's the way he
impressed
does-
about?
It's the way he does it, though.
I can do a
didn't say-
moonsault.
I didn't say I was impressed
Right.
by it.
I'm impressed by it.
No, I'm just saying.
Maybe I'm the only
I'm
one.
just saying he looks like an athlete. Like
Oh,
he's
he's
clearly
definitely an athlete.
Right. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
but
saying.
we don't
Yeah.
know how much. Is he going to be Rick or is he going to be Scott? Because once those two broke up, one launched to the moon,
Right.
and one ended up working with me.
Yeah, we'll end up talking
Well,
about Rick
it's
later,
only,
too.
but it's only, I think, killing his progression as a worker, putting him as this Goldberg Brock badass.
So
you think
He's not going to work a match like that.
So that makes sense to me. Listen, you give the kid what you can to get him over, knowing that it'll come in later when he works with guys that are better than him. Let's get his ass over right then, and then whoever the next program is, hopefully can walk him through a really good match.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
They've done it a million times with tons of guys.
Yeah.
John Cena. Dude, look at John Cena. Dude, John Cena was a great worker, but he had that rap thing going and everything like that. He turned into a great worker, but it took some time.
I mean, Brock,
but he got the mammoth push first.
Right.
Brock himself. I mean, Brock's actually a pretty good worker now.
But I think he learned how to be a worker in MMA, not in WWE.
I disagree. I think if you go back and you watch Brock really early, he started to early that first Rock program, and then he worked Taker right after that. We're talking 2002, and he's getting it right there in his first 6 months in the business. He's already got the strap. And he's learning how to work at a top level right away. So
yeah, I just think his work now is he can walk anybody through a map. Brock now, when before he couldn't, and it was just all right, I'm this wrestler, but
and Brock can actually really sell too.
Yes, he can, and he can bump.
Yeah,
I mean, he could do it all. It's not just
but I'm not sure. All right, here's the thing. And I thought about this earlier today with all the guys, and we're going to talk about the other, the 99 Bash, but here's the thing, dude. It's all right, I'm trying not to use guys that are my friends, but there's some guys that you can put a freaking broom handle in the ring with that will walk you through a freaking main event for any pay-per-view.
And I would have thought Sammy's one of those guys.
No, but there is no way Brock right now can call a main event match with a Shawn Michaels or something like that. There's certain guys Van Dam would bring up a Jerry Lynn to his level. Jerry Lynn couldn't bring up other guys to his level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain guys, if you're great, you're great. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter who you're across the ring with. You're going to work it out, and you're going to make him look good as you're thinking about making you look good. But literally 75% of the guys in the business right now, I don't believe that even rings in their head.
Yeah, definitely. So
it's spot now. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit technical, but the bottom line is, can you bring another guy up to your level?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's when you're great.
No, I don't disagree with you.
That is exactly when you're great.
No, I don't disagree. Next up on the show, John Cena came out and he made his announcement that he is retiring from wrestling.
So what's it going to be? Him and The Rock, WrestleMania next year?
No, I think the program that makes the most sense for me...
It's not a program.
Well, it's a short program.
Right.
For Mania, I would say there's two things. Number one, John Cena chasing the all-time WWE World Title record.
Against Randy?
Well, no, he's one. He's one behind
17. Flair's 18.
Yeah,
19. Is somewhere around there.
Yeah, he's one behind Flair.
Right.
So I think what they're going to do, and this is just pure speculation on my part.
No way. He's not.
Cena and Gunther at Mania for one of the belts.
Well, would that belt be equivalent to the WWE Heavyweight title?
Yeah, it would be the other belt, the one that Damien Priest has.
What is Gunther's belt?
Gunther doesn't have it yet. I'm assuming he's going to win at SummerSlam.
What is that belt?
It's the World Champion, right? What is it called?
The World.
What's Cody's belt?
Championship.
Cody's belt
Universal.
is the universe.
So it's the opposite. Like Swerve has their championship, but what's his name's got the Osprey's got the Intercontinental
the International.
Yeah.
The Internet.
It's called.
Okay, I get it.
It's called the WWE World Heavyweight title. They made it last year, and Rollins won the tournament for it. So it's that new belt. I think that's going to be, I'm purely speculating, this is obviously, I think Cena and Gunther at Mania. So.
Okay, so then you got to think Cena's going to win, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then what happens next?
Well, then Cena
He loses
Cena
at Monday Night
retires
Raw.
and they do a tournament?
Mania is not his last. It's not his
He
last
said
night.
a year.
He said
I
1
mean,
year.
come on. It's got to culminate in Mania. I mean, if the business is going good, you know that.
I don't think it's gonna
They'll
culminate
ride
in
it
Mania.
for another 2 years.
It's like how like Elton John or the Rolling Stones. It's like it's our
exactly, is
final
what I'm
concert
saying.
tour. It's not really over
Terry
until it's
Funk
over.
had 11 retirement matches.
Yeah, like I think Cena's wrapping up next year, but I don't think it's going to be like a hard stop, or you know what I mean. Mania's not going to be the last night.
I think John's smart enough to know that he should not be beating anybody. He'll do the job on his way out because that's the way the boys do it.
I agree. I
That's
think
the
he'll
way
put-
he'd want to do it. I would, yeah, 100%.
believe John would
I
say
think he'll
that.
put somebody over on
Exactly.
the way out if they
Yep.
give him the belt.
I think you're right, Ollie.
No. He can't do that because that's a bitch. That's a bitch way out.
No.
Hey, give me the belt. No. You lose, and say thank you for being here.
I mean,
that's the way to go. You don't win and then lose.
He's been losing too much. He's been every time he comes back, he loses. I think he's. If you go back and look at
Okay,
his
first
I
of
mean, he
all,
put-
how long is your wrestling fans' freaking memory? 8 seconds,
Yeah.
9 seconds. Okay, anything can happen. Ty, what were you going to say?
I mean, when he came back, I don't know, it was a couple Manias ago. He put Theory over,
yeah.
right?
Or no, he beat Theory. He beat Theory.
Did he beat Theory?
I think he beat Theory.
I thought he put
He
Theory
put
over.
Solo over.
Oh my God, do we need a hack check?
Oh, okay. Yes,
He
you're
put
right.
Solo
Yeah, he
over.
put Solo over. I don't know. I would maybe like to
Well,
see.
Solo's a little bit different, sorry, but he's family. You know what I mean? He's like hierarchy, so I can see that.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Randy one last time.
I think Randy and him have to do one more dance. Like I think it
Yeah,
just
like
has
one
to
last
happen.
time for him and
Dude, it's
Randy.
the way to go. And have Randy beat him in WrestleMania. No title, no nothing.
Just the last
No
dance. like, for
title,
those
no
two,
nothing, dude. That's the way it should go, John. I will be pissed if they put him in a title run. He has no business being there.
It's going to be a short run, and then he'll put somebody over after.
Doesn't matter. That's
He's
bullshit
going out
to me.
on his back.
That's whoring yourself for the fucking product. And you know what I mean? That's not like, well, I mean, that's Vince stuff, and I know that's WWE stuff, but to me, you don't do business like that. John will want to lose.
But heck, do you think, like, for presentation wise, you know, like, unfortunately, like Hogan and Flair are getting up there in age. They want to present their Babe Ruth of wrestling.
Yeah,
and
okay,
having
but he's
Cena
not their
be that
Babe
guy.
Ruth for one.
He is, though.
No,
Look at-
he's not.
Look at
Put
all,
The Rock's more over than Cena.
but Cena had that 20-year run.
I don't care. The Rock's more over than Cena.
Yeah, historically,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? So he's not their Babe Ruth. Don't say he's their Joe DiMaggio or whatever. But it's not good business. And you see how skinny Cena looked.
He does.
He wasn't out there. He was out there with a T-shirt on, bright orange or whatever the hell it was. But he's small right now, dude. I'm telling you, John. I would
agree
fucking
with you.
bet no way John wants to win something and then lose it.
All right, we're going to put this one on the board and revisit
You
it.
agree?
I agree. That's what he's gonna want to do.
All right, let's
but
take it to a Twitter poll.
Yeah, we're
but
going to take it to a Twitter poll.
I don't
see what
know.
happens.
I mean, who's gonna be gone and come back by that time? To
All
make
right,
it,
now they are locked up. All right, who are their top 5 guys?
could
Well, he's going to work a heel. He's not
Who are
working
their
face.
top 5 guys right now? Let's hear that.
Top 5 guys. Cody.
Okay, Cody.
Seth.
Wait. You think Cena's going to be working heel?
No, I think he's going to be working a heel.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah,
think he's
Mike.
working heel.
Okay, but who are their top 5 guys?
Cody.
You got Cody, you got Randy, Seth.
Randy, Seth,
Well,
Solo, Roman. Punk,
No, Roman's
Drew.
not in there. Roman's not in there. Punk's in there.
Punk,
McIntyre's in there. So up to like 6 right now, right?
Styles.
Okay, Styles, and then LA Knight. You know
I
what
think
I
that's
mean?
like the cutoff, like you were talking
You know
about
what I'm
earlier.
saying? So where I could see him working LA Knight more than I could see him working for a belt.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
the face heel structure's got to be. You
Well,
got
I don't care. To me, they can switch all that up
and
whenever they
Gunther.
want.
You forgot Gunther. Gunther's the guy. I'm telling you, it's going to be him
I
and
can
Gunther.
see Cena Gunther.
It's going to be Cena Gunther.
See, I like that
Because
that's
it's
perfect.
You have Cena doing the American thing. You have Gunther being the foreign heel. It just makes sense to me. I think that's the direction. Seriously.
And then Brock comes and takes it all away.
Yeah, see, but hold on. Does Gunther have the belt then, and does Cena beat him for the belt at WrestleMania? Is that what you're saying?
I do. I think
All right,
that's.
you're an idiot.
I think Cena wins the Rumble.
There's no way that's happening.
I think Cena. Oh,
I didn't say Cena couldn't win the Rumble. I'm just saying Cena Kane beating him at WrestleMania for the belt.
I think he is. So.
And then Brock takes it, and then you do Gunther Brock. I'm telling you, Brock will be gone long enough by then.
Well, we'll see.
Dude, who knows? Dude, who knows where all that's going?
Who knows? Who knows is right.
I'm calling it.
So up next on the show was the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Seth Rollins. I don't know what you guys thought of this one. I don't think these two guys meshed very well in the ring.
I don't know. You guys have to have the same notes that I do.
And then Drew Mack came in the middle of the match. And there was that awful botch right before he came in, which was just... what's going on in that case?
Priest fucked up.
He should have kicked out.
It has to be Priest that screwed up.
Right, so it was a Falcon Arrow for the near fall. You know that's the spot where Mac's going to come in.
Wait. What's a Falcon Arrow?
It's like a Michinoku driver.
Yeah, like a...
I thought you were giving me some Game of Thrones shit.
It was an F-15 fighter jet, Falcon Arrow.
Yeah, it was a Falcon Arrow. What happened there, man? Because that was just like a complete hitch.
All right, here we go.
It's a communication thing, or it's just a screw up.
Priest, dude. I freaking I rewatched it. This one probably 3, 4. Some of them it's only 2 or 3, but this one I watch again. It has to be Priest.
Okay,
it has to be Priest.
He just missed it there.
It's not the ref.
Right,
the
it's
ref
not the
doesn't
ref.
pull a 2 for no reason.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
When
Ref does not pull a 2 for no reason.
When you pull that though, I mean, it was like.
And then the announcers just like bypass it, like, oh wait a minute. And then, all right, here we go. Let me get my notes here. Rollins Priest, ref miss finish, yeah. And then why did it turn into a no DQ match?
Because
it was a triple threat.
Three-way dances in WWE or triple threat matches are no DQ. That's
automatically?
Automatically.
Yeah, every three-way dance is a no DQ. But did the announcers explain that, or was I just like,
it's kind of assumed.
I think it's just known for their fans because they've been doing that for a while, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know. I hated the.
I hated it, and
I didn't like the booking.
I didn't think like the Punk Drew Mack thing needed more heat. Like it was already last month was a ton for it. They've been building up. They've done a lot of angles.
Plus, they're continuing their story, like Ty would tell me with Drew Mack.
Yeah,
you know how many times you've been screwed out.
They have to keep it going until Punk's cleared to wrestle.
Right, but
so you have to do something.
You could. And
wait a minute, why? Why? Because you're just waiting for that angle?
Yeah, I mean, they think that's a big money angle. I don't know.
I don't know. Are they pushing it to SummerSlam? Is there any other pay-per-view in between?
No, it's got to be SummerSlam.
No, but I think they're also setting something up with Seth because if you saw,
there's a 3-way.
They did that again. Seth thinks he screwed him.
Seth and Drew 3-way at SummerSlam.
See, that conflates the issue, though, to me.
Why does it?
Because I know you wanted to do Seth and Punk at Mania, and then Seth got hurt. And then it kind of transferred over to this Drew thing, but I don't know. I mean, doing a 3-way when they've been building up this Drew thing.
Wait a minute, it was supposed to be Seth and Punk at Mania, and then Punk ripped his bicep or tricep.
They were hinting towards it with.
Punk won he didn't win the Royal Rumble.
Came in second.
Yeah,
but he was doing a lot of promos with Seth before the Rumble when that happened, and then afterwards too. So it makes sense as an issue. Now Rollins has a reason to hate him again.
There needs to be no belt there.
You don't think there needs to be a belt?
What's his name?
Drew Mack.
Yeah.
There's enough belt. There's enough heat there that you don't need.
No belt whatsoever.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway of the whole match. I don't know if anybody else recognized this. I think Seth might have been wearing lifters for the first time.
He was lifter report.
I didn't even see that. Ty pointed it out to me.
But I don't know. He was walking around like he had a 10-pound shit in his pants. Like he just seemed like he was like awkward. Like he was walking awkward. Like he was like kind of moving awkward. And then I noticed he had the couple-inch lifters on. I'm like, I don't know.
Do you think it was related to the because he's coming off of surgery and stuff? Do you think it's anything related to a post-injury thing?
I mean, it's possible.
I wouldn't come. What was his injury?
He had a knee injury.
Okay, I ain't coming off a knee injury with new lifters on and trying to wrestle.
Well, that's what I'm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that.
I don't ever remember seeing him wear lifters. I don't know if it was because he was working Priest, but that usually doesn't matter.
Dude, Priest wears 3-inch lifters still.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe that's why he thought
he's got two on the outside and one on the inside. I guarantee it.
Wow, lifter. This is the lifter.
None of them were tall. I'm taller than everybody in that goddamn company.
You definitely are taller than Wally. Ollie's shaking his head like, no, you're not.
Who ain't I taller than?
Drew McIntyre's taller than you, definitely.
Okay, I was walking next to Drew McIntyre in the Philadelphia airport, looked him straight in the goddamn eye.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
Oh, maybe.
He looked so huge. I was walking next to him in the Philly airport for like 30 yards. I'm looking at my phone. He's looking at his phone. I'm like, all right, who is this big motherfucker next to me? I look over and it's McIntyre. I was shocked how small he was. Because on TV, he looks like he's 320.
Did you have your lifters on?
No, I had my usual shit. Shut up.
Did he hit you with a Glasgow kiss?
No, so he is my height.
Okay.
Drew McIntyre is my height.
So that's interesting.
So Tosh, overall, what did you think of the McIntyre winning the briefcase and then cashing same night?
I don't mind
Only the second time ever, was it?
I don't mind that because, like, I think the briefcase, the whole chasing, the teasing, I think it's kind of cliched a little bit at this point. So I don't mind a guy getting it and then, like, to me, it's like, if you have this thing, use it
They're
right away.
super fasting the angle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
angle's on hyper speed.
Which I'm fine with because, you know, then you'll have the women's briefcase be the one that's hanging out there all
And
year.
clearly it was just to set up that punk, the punk angle.
Right.
So,
and I guess if they didn't have anything in their plans for a guy to hold the briefcase for an extended period of time and
Why
cash in
not?
and win,
Yeah, why
why
not?
not just do it tonight?
No, they knew when he was getting screwed the last time that this was happening this time.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you could tell. So it does help the storyline, but I don't know. It just was there for me. I don't know. What do you guys give us? We didn't do the star ratings for the first couple matches because they weren't that
I
good.
can't.
Yeah,
I just can't.
it's not really anything.
Is there any negatives? Can we give a negative?
We can give a negative.
Oh, wait, what are we
give-
doing here?
What do you give a star for
just
this?
make sure none of them are your friends.
I know, that's what I'm looking at
I'll
right
give
now. my
it
notes.
2 for
I'll
this.
give it 2 as well.
Which one are we working on?
It's the Drew Mac, Seth Rollins priest match. I
No,
go,
that has to be higher than a 2. Dude.
It
That's
wasn't
a
that
3.
good.
I know, but it's a 3.
all right, he's going 3. So there we go. Up next
Hold
was
on, wait a minute.
What?
You guys are right. It can't be a 3.
It wasn't a 3. A 3 to
You're
me
right,
is
it
like,
was.
yeah,
All right,
that
I'll
was
go
good.
to 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Okay. Up next was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So this was wild, but it wasn't good. So this was
I ain't ever seen so many missed super kicks, missed spots in my life, and girls selling like they just got killed.
well. There was a lot of dangerous spots in this match.
Ooh,
No, I
dangerous.
Oh, stop! There was, man. These girls,
Come on.
they busted their ass, but it wasn't good. Like they definitely busted their ass in this match.
No, the one chick who powerbombed the girl with the ladder on laying on the second rope, and on the
That
other
was
one.
Io Sky to Zoe Stark.
Yeah, that's the one. That was
the
a good
of the
spot.
match. And Chelsea Green took the big spot off the ladder to
Oh,
the tables.
yeah, that was a good.
That was a
spot,
really
too.
good spot.
Dude, is she like? She seems to be like better than I remember her.
She's pretty good, and I loved her outfit.
And the crowd likes her too.
Well, it was in Canada, and she was rocking a Canadian outfit. And she's
okay.
from there, so
and she's been doing a lot of like publicity shit, like leading up to the thing on social media and stuff.
Well,
Like,
because it's Canada, I guess. And
she was a star in that match. But other than that, not really a whole lot. So this was Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Io Sky, Naomi, Lyra, and Zoe Stark. And I don't know, guys. I mean, this was just sloppy. There was a ton of just rough-looking spots in this match.
horrible.
They busted their ass, like we said, but just a lot of stuff missed on this.
yeah, it was just too many missed spots and awful timing and stuff for me. But all in all, I think they got the decision right in the end to give the briefcase to Tiff.
Well, then you could. Oh wait, what did you just say?
I just said I thought that it was the right decision to give Tiffany Stratton the briefcase. Was the only good thing that came out of that match.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else. I don't really have anything else to say about the match.
Josh, you laid it out pretty well. I mean, that was,
No, I mean, that's what it was. Like, I don't know. What do you give it as a star rating, Ollie?
Oh, ooh. 1.
Yeah, I go more than that just because they did try really hard. I'll go 2 stars on this one as well.
yeah, too.
Hack. He's contemplating over here.
I'm giving it a 3.
Okay, because they busted their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not. They don't know no better. None of them's ever been on a ladder. You see how they were fumbling
They did
around
try,
with the
really.
tables.
Yeah.
You know, the fumbling and stumbling. Like, it was just, they're out of their element.
Yeah.
So I got to give them a 3 just for that. And the Chelsea Green spot through the 2 tables on the outside.
They just nothing breathed in the match. You know what I mean? Like the spots weren't laid out to the point where like, this is this segment, this is this
They got too busy too early.
Yeah.
Well, they were all in a rush. That's why all the spots were missed. That's why it was all.
Yes, totally felt rushed to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I don't know.
I think, I got that as a note.
There you go. Note there. Rushed.
Who the fuck is in a hurry?
I don't know.
You're not in a fucking hurry there.
And especially because it's a 5-match show. You have 5 matches. The show's 3 hours. It's
You're
all video
no hurry.
packages. There's no need to rush any of these matches. They all should have time to breathe. And and it did feel rushed to me.
Well, because you gotta understand, how many of those girls have ever even been in a ladder match?
Probably maybe one of them.
Okay, yeah, so, you know what I mean?
You know?
Well, you gotta understand, it's a big...
Naomi's been in the Money in the Bank.
That's what I mean.
before.
Naomi was
it's
the
a
one I was
big
thinking.
Io Sky's been in the Money in the Bank before because didn't she have the briefcase?
Yes. Okay. 2. So
Yeah,
we've had
that
2.
and a couple of them were in like the War Games stuff, weren't they? So
yeah.
it's not a ladder match, but I'm sure
Plunger
they've been.
match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been in, some sort of stuff.
Yeah, but they just seem to be in too much of a hurry. You're in no hurry to get to nowhere.
And it wasn't a short match. It was how long was it?
16 minutes, 52 seconds.
Oh,
Okay.
God,
So,
honestly,
like
I think-
26.
Thinking about it, I don't know how many of them have actually worked each other before.
Yeah.
Looking back on, like looking at all the different,
Yeah, you got different brands. You got new people. You got a lot of different
Right,
stuff. So,
exactly. So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, how
That's
many
a good
times
point.
has Naomi worked with Lyra, or or
That's a great point,
Tiffany
Ty,
Stratton,
actually.
and then like Shayna Baszler? How many times Io Sky? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how many.
Yeah,
and then
that
throwing
makes
the ladder
it, no,
match.
that makes it even more difficult because everybody's out of their element already. Now you're even more out of your element working about people that could hurt you because you don't really know if you could trust them
Right.
in that situation.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know.
No, dude, that's a great point.
It
That
is.
just, that,
I agree.
that maybe that was the problem with the match. Dude, when you're in that ladder match, there's like 4 ladders. You could trip up. There's so much bad shit that can happen.
I mean, there's a difference between you and Sabu in a ladder match.
I'm like, okay, no problem. Yeah,
Right,
Another day
and
for
you,
us.
and, like,
50 of them out
and
there.
you and like Axel Rotten.
Doing
Like,
me and,
you know,
or me
we're
and
like-
Knobs.
Yeah, like there's a
my
totally
God.
difference. Like you and Sabu can go out there and not have anything, and you guys
Literally,
know what each
we
other
go
are
out there
doing.
with a finish.
Right,
Yeah.
and know exactly what you guys are doing.
Literally
And trust every spot that
Yep.
is called.
No. So that was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Obviously, Tiffany Stratton going over kind of makes sense, and I think that's you could tell she's getting the rocket.
All right, dude. I
Yeah,
gotta
and
bring this up.
you can keep her with the briefcase until WrestleMania or until
Whenever.
whenever. I think
Yeah.
she's got everything
Until
to
it's-
hold on to it
until
and keep
it's Tiffy
interest.
time.
Yeah.
Dude, I see Stratton against Flair's daughter when Flair's daughter comes back.
Ooh,
That's what I
A
see.
Mania match?
I'm not so sure. I don't know where she is in her rehab.
Yeah, like what the timeline.
You know what I'm
is on
saying?
her.
So, but no, I see Trish Stratton and Flair's daughter.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's definitely future business there.
Yo, and then what's her name? That girl's different company, sorry.
All right, at least you call yourself.
Yeah, he did catch
I know.
himself this time. Way to go, Hack. Up next was the main event. This was the 6-man tag between the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. So this version of I was really kind of hyped for this match before. I was like, you know what? They got a ton of heat going into this. They just did the big angle 2 weeks ago, Madison Square Garden, where Solo turned on Heyman. They put him through the table. You got Jacob Fatu. I was like, okay, this match is going to be gangbusters. I'm like, all right, this is going to be good business. Man, this match, you guys ripped me for saying it. It never got going, and it lasted a long time. So I don't know what you guys thought of this match.
I'm just over the Cody bloodline. He's in a tag with Owens, Orton. That whole
What
angle.
the hell is your heavyweight champion doing in a 6-man match losing?
Well, it's to set up SummerSlam.
No, I don't care. That's not your way. That's not the way you do it. That's
Sure it is.
old bullshit 70s freaking booking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your champion. It's like when you have tag team champions, right? Like they would do this all the time.
The
Back
singles
in the day,
list of the guys
Alpha and
contending.
Sika, the one guy's in the singles. The Samoa's got the tag champs, but this guy's doing the job, and everybody knows he's doing the job. You know what I'm saying? When you break it up like that, as soon as you put Cody in that thing, and you know what it is? That's Dusty booking right there. That is Dusty Rhodes booking.
I mean, it's traditional booking. It makes sense.
It's bullshit. And traditional doesn't work anymore, dude.
Yes, it does. They're
No, it
selling out
doesn't. What?
They're selling out houses
I know, but
everywhere.
things are different now. You can't say that the business is the same. First of all, any guy in AEW can outwork any man that you know from the 1980s before.
Yeah,
It's a different business.
it is. But I think WWE's booking right now, which is very like conservative and kind of just okay. You kind of see where it's going, and if we all. Like I said before this match, I was like, "Oh, Solo's got to pin Cody. It's the only finish to do." Like, it's just what they were going to do. So you just kind of knew where it was going.
You had to, all right, Oliver, did you actually think that Cody was doing the job?
I mean, I didn't really think that far into it as far as
As
who's
it was
taking the
going.
pin, but
Yeah. All right, Ollie, I mean, Ty.
I figured that was probably what was going to happen.
And I thought no way they would be that obvious with it.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I thought there was no freaking way Cody was
All
taking
right,
a pin.
let me give you the pencil then, Hack. Who do you have
I'm
winning?
not a booker.
Well, just
and
give me
I told everybody I'm not a booker. I would not have my heavyweight champion in a 6-man match on a pay-per-view.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't mind that.
That's fucking it.
My thing I maybe would have done differently would be, like, you're doing two things right now. You're trying to get over Jacob Fatu as a badass, but you're also trying to get over Solo as a credible singles competitor. Solo getting the pin on Cody does give him some credibility. I don't think Jacob Fatu got over in this match. They did the one spot where he no-sold Randy's draping DDT.
Nobody got over.
Nobody got over?
Nobody got over in the match.
Yeah, nobody got over. And it was just,
The pin meant nothing to me.
Yeah, it did.
It seriously meant nothing to me. Dude.
It did, and I think
Nobody got over.
I mean, SummerSlam. You buy your tickets for SummerSlam. They're going to have a big house in Cleveland, and maybe people who bought tickets a couple months ago were thinking, "Oh, I might get like Cody and Roman, or I might get Cody and The Rock," and you're going to get Cody and Solo in the main event. So I don't know. That's just where they're going.
Yo, and that ain't gonna be the greatest match ever.
It's not. It's going to need a lot of bells and whistles.
Are you fucking no smoke, mirrors, bells, whistles, lions, tigers, bears, ladders, tables, chairs? Oh my!
Do you think Roman comes back then at SummerSlam?
No, I have no idea.
I would
I
think.
have no idea, but Solo Cody is not your like most pristine main event you can fucking have in that company.
Do you think Roman Solo is the Mania direction, or do you do that before Mania?
I have no idea because I don't know I don't know about what Roman's thinking
He's
right
come
now.
back.
You know what
He's
I mean?
going to come back soon. I would
Well,
say.
yeah, but dude, what does comeback mean? The guy's had 5 matches in the last like 3 years.
Well, he's come back
What does
to be.
comeback mean?
He's going to come back to be like the part-time guy that he is.
Well, if they want to jump in and get some fucking more buy rates or whatever for a Mania or something, and then maybe they'll like pop him in or something like that. But I know, and that would be like a happenstance more of a like. It's like you can have it all mapped out. Like Vince McMahon, when he had one WrestleMania, as soon as it was over, the next thing he did in the next 3 weeks was fire 30, 40 guys. That's how it was. He would clean his freaking roster out, and he would start booking the main event for WrestleMania in the next year. That's just how it was right then. Things were booked out a year in advance. Right now, I don't think things are booked out. I think it's the happenstance.
I
No,
think they
I
have an
suppose-
idea. But
Yes, they have a general idea, but Vince never wavered off of the general idea.
I think it's booked out. I think they're doing Cody Rocket Mania. I think it's penciled in.
Okay, so Cody was so then what's he going to do? Job out Solo to get the Rock?
Yeah, Cody's going to beat
Okay,
Solo.
why would they job out the newest freaking header of the head of the table for the Bloodline?
Because I think you're going to do a Roman return, and then you're going to do Roman.
So wait, Roman comes back and takes over the Bloodline, and he's going to pull those red whatever they are. They look like they're peppers. that necklace. Is he going to take it off of Solo and make Solo bow down to him and put it on his head?
I think you're going to get like a bloodline Hollywood, bloodline Wolfpack feud, because you're going to get Roman with the Usos again, and then you're going to get Solo with these guys. I think that's going to be a program.
So you think it's going to be Bloodline?
Yes.
Bloodline 1 versus Bloodline 2.
Yes, that's what I think.
Honestly, I don't hate it.
That's what I think they're doing.
But
I don't hate it.
That's
but
what-
I don't think you can job Solo to Cody and then
Exactly.
and then have him be credible enough to go against Roman.
Well, that's why if he jobs to Cody, that's why Rock comes back, or that's why somebody else comes in and takes head of the table.
Well, Roman
'Cause
said,
he
"Yeah,
jobbed
you
to
couldn't do the job. You're not the head of the table."
Yeah,
even though Roman just lost to Cody at WrestleMania, so he didn't get the job done. But
Good job, Ty. Thinking like that.
So-
Wait a minute. So does that set up The Rock losing to Cody?
No.
The whole bloodline loses to Cody.
If you wanted me to put on my take out my
No,
pencil,
well, yeah, The Rock's not doing a job to Cody because he didn't like the way the business went down a couple
well, no,
months
then
ago.
Cody would be the new head of the table if he beat all his own.
I think
And Paul comes back with Cody.
I think we're either getting a three-way Mania, Rock, Roman, Cody,
Dude,
or
three
Rock,
ways
Cody.
hard at Mania, dude.
There's
It
two
really
nights now.
is.
It's different.
Rock might.
Oh, it is 2 nights,
Rock
that's
might
right.
need it too to work the match.
Yeah,
You know.
because he was blown up after beating up.
Did you guys-
What's his name?
Wearing my outfit.
Have you had the chance to watch the behind-the-scenes WrestleMania documentary
No,
they did on
I
YouTube?
want to though. I haven't.
What's it
No,
on?
I didn't
It's
even
on
see it.
YouTube.
It's
so
a YouTube. It's actually good. We should
Now,
watch it.
You guys should watch it, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of like little things to pick up on in this. A lot of things that The Rock
Yeah, well,
says
your
in this.
credibility tonight is going down the tubes.
No, it's just little things that The Rock says in this, where he's like, you could see who they're fighting over the steering wheel for the control of the company between him and Triple H, and little things like The Rock says, like, I got on the phone with Ari and Nick, and we called up Paul. So you're calling up Triple H, and you're the bosses on the call. Triple H is middle management on that phone call. Like little things like that. You got to watch it because you could see that there's.
Yeah, but Triple H is the head booker. That's what
But he's not the boss.
Yo,
He's not
The
the,
Rock's
boss,
the
but he's the
boss.
head
Oh, are
booker.
you kidding? What?
The Rock's on the board.
But just think about like Triple H's where his role is gone from. You know what I'm saying? And I know and I have no idea like about inside information. But could Triple H be on his way out? But
Yes.
he doesn't know. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Could Rock be on his way out?
No, he's on the
Does
board.
he? I don't care, dude. You know how many times there's hostile takeovers and you're
Yeah.
gone?
I think they want him to be involved because he's The Rock. Like,
Yeah, but
you know.
do they really want them involved after they start to get their feet wet and they're starting to feel their own oats? You know what I'm saying?
Him and Nick Khan, they grew up together. They're thick as thieves.
What does
man.
Nick Khan have to do with this?
Nick
Who's
Khan's
Nick Khan?
Nick Khan's the boss
Isn't
of
he
the
the guy
company.
that owns AEW?
No, that's Tony. Man, that's
All right,
there's
Nick,
another.
Tony at least had the right last name.
He did.
right?
Hey, Gabagool.
Way to go. Yeah, way to go.
Oh, okay, so Nick Khan, what? Who? Where?
Nick Khan is the boss of WWE.
Okay, and why are you saying that this has anything to do with The Rock? And how much does he own? Does he own shares? Does he own?
Were
is
you
it a-
not just listening?
He's not. Listen,
Is it a-
listening is a tough thing for Hack sometimes.
Well, no, he didn't answer my guy. First of
Who
all, he
is
never
Nick-
told me if he owned shares.
He does. He does. He owns a lot of shares.
Is it a privately fucking? Is it a private? Is it private or is it on the stock market?
WWE?
No, AEW.
Oh, AEW is a private company. That's
All right,
different.
all
Okay.
right, now about that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about. Now about well, yeah, we know WWE's on the thing, but what did they give him?
He's got a lot of shares, and he got.
Well, what's
he's-
a lot, dude?
he
There's
has
probably
power.
is there 8 million shares?
The people who Ari Emanuel is the one who really runs the company. Okay, so he runs TKO.
All right, we're getting off
Yeah,
track.
well, whatever. I'm
I
telling
can
you,
just see it on Ollie's face. I was
you,
like,
God.
shut the hell up.
there's a lot of stuff going on backstage. So that was WWE Money in the Bank. Just a show.
But how many shares?
Yeah, but how many shares?
Well, I know Vince sold like one.
On to the next. Here we go.
So this week we are.
Oh my God! You guys don't even want to hear
No,
how
you
bad the
have
rest
to
of
go.
these segments
This
are
is a
gonna be.
legendary show here, Hack. This is your final match in WCW, and man, I know we've been saying
One
this.
that he was supposed to win.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So this is a show that, man, look, I know we've been talking about this on the show. Who Killed WCW? If you really, really want to see Who Killed WCW, watch
It was this pay-per-view.
It was Ernest the Cat.
It was everything on this show, because god damn was this a bad show. I do have some notes from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Hack, I know you really want me to point this out every time. This one's by Dave Meltzer, okay? This is the Meltzer sheet here. We got a lot of notes here, so I'm going to get to some reading here.
Oh, good.
WCW's downswing continued with its 7-11 Bash at the Beach pay-per-view, a show combining poorly conceived ideas with largely bad matches and a crowd that came to see a big event and somewhere along the way found it more interesting to watch the antics of beach balls being bounced around through the crowd.
Yes.
Meltzer's coming out fucking firing.
I mean, deservedly so.
The leadership of WCW has to be brought into question over the actions over the past week. Not only was this show the result of total incompetence from the booking committee, both in matches which on paper weren't entertaining going in and stipulations that were never fully explained, and in one case simply ignored, but a ridiculously brutal hardcore battle royal cost more than $100,000 to produce. This was hyped so poorly it didn't result in as much as one added buy to the pay-per-view, was so poorly lit it was nearly impossible to watch on television, and resulted in several needlessly injuries for wrestlers, taking crazy bumps that didn't even get over because of how it was shot and looked. The Battle Royal, said to be an excellent spectacle live, taking place at a junkyard about 40-minute drive from the National Car Rental Center in Fort Lauderdale, where the rest of the show was taking place, was blamed by several fans for killing the heat for the rest of the night. Oh my god. There was heat apparently the week because of portrayal of domestic violence where Randy Savage slapped Tori Wilson and violently threw down Gorgeous George. This occurred at the Georgia Dome when several WCW executives were there. Hack, I know you probably won't remember this at all, but there apparently was a ton of heat on Eric Bischoff after the show. Do you remember anything whatsoever regarding this Randy Savage angle that led into the pay-per-view?
No, dude, I was doing my own thing. I'm supposed to win this junkyard match, right?
Okay, let's talk about this.
I'm snorting an 8-ball Coke a day right here. Snorting like 4 to 5 Oxycontin 80s a day, and I've probably been doing it. I'm like on a roll right here. You know what I mean? Drinking. They didn't have 99 bananas right there, but I was drinking a bottle of vodka a day. So I fly down for the match. Ty and Oliver's mom was in Puerto Rico on vacation with one of her friends, Gail, the girl Gail. So we're meeting in Miami and then driving to the pay-per-view. But her plane was late for like 2 hours or something like that. So, and I'm just so beat. I've been partying so hard. I'm waiting for her to show the frick up. So then I show up into the building and they're like, "Yo, Hack, the junkyard is like 30 miles away here." So I show up there. It's probably like 5:30. They're just getting done going over the whole match. And it's like Johnny and Teddy are there, and Finn, and everybody, Mikey, and all the other guys that were in the match, luchadors like Silver King and stuff like that. They all come walking out. Johnny Grunge goes, "Oh, nice of you to join us, Hack."
Oh, God.
Just like making something I would say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
to break the ice. This is a guy that stole their video truck and never lost his job and crashed it. You know what I mean? So I'm supposed to win that match because I did a big promo. Dusty was a huge fan of mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm supposed to win that, and honestly, thank God I didn't. I mean, and then I got hurt because we set up a spot with the luchadors, and Silver King, I had him go up to because all the cars that were stacked up, they were like 4 or 5 high, and they were all crushed by that thing that happened at the end that Fit Finley was supposed to be in and was out like a minute and a half too early. So I had a spot set up with me, and Knobs was there, and whoever else. And we're supposed to. We got. I think it's Silver King doing a moonsault onto us.
I think it's Cyclope.
Yeah.
It wasn't it was a mask guy. It wasn't Silver King.
Yeah.
All right, hack check.
Yeah,
right on the button. All right. All right, I got the S right. Yeah, so that's when I hurt my neck. But even before that, I knew I wasn't winning the match. Dusty wasn't putting me over when I show up like he's old school. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing, I don't even know. I probably should have said, yeah, my flight was late or something like that. But and I could tell Dusty was disappointed. Because he was my backer, you know what I mean? And now I show up then, and he's got to have Finley do it because he doesn't even know if I'm showing the fuck up at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could be pulling a Sid Vicious playing softball on him. So then I get hurt in the match, but me and Mikey, when we started out the match, we're on the top of all the cars. Me and him are cracking up. They like have this like air horn that starts the thing.
Dude, hold on. Yeah. We'll get to the match here.
All right, what was the question?
No, I'm just talking about the pay-per-view. You show up at this pay-per-view. You show up to the wrong building. You go there. You're in the wrong spot. Yeah. Like at this point, you're just like, man, I'm fucked in WCW. This is it for me. No. You're still not thinking it's fucked?
Dude, you got to understand, I'm getting a mammoth push right here.
Yes.
They're putting me, I'm on every Monday night at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
For freaking 10 weeks in a row, pulling the second best ratings on the show.
Yeah. They created a junkyard match for you.
For you. Yeah. You, like...
And you showed up late.
Yeah. You show up late to work.
I'm trying to tell you guys, yes.
The one time you get, like, your big... This is, like, your big break. I'm like... Man, not that you needed a break, but like for WCW, if you had shown up on time and you had been there in this junkyard battle royal,
you would have got that sick ass trophy.
You might have survived. Yeah, we would have that right here.
Was there even a trophy?
Yeah, you got a trophy. We'll put a picture of it.
It looked like crap,
right?
It
did. It looked horrible.
Okay.
But like, I think about this and I'm like, man, if you had actually shown up there, you might have gotten a WCW contract for like another 2 years.
No, hold on. See, now you throw a pebble into a lake, there's a ripple effect.
Yes.
The ripple effect would have been this. If I don't get hurt, I get hurt in that match. So I'm supposed to be in Jacksonville the next night or Daytona the next night because we're down in like Miami, Lauderdale, and you work your way up the coast. You know what I mean? That's when I go, me and the kid's mom, Peaches, we go to the emergency room because I think I broke my neck in this match.
Right.
And that's when they tell me, no, you didn't break it. Well, I didn't think I broke it, but I was hurt. Hurt enough for me to go to the emergency room. That's freaking hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I go there, and then they're like, yeah, you broke your neck a couple years ago. So I'm like, I am not going to the show tomorrow night. And because I'm thinking, I just met Brian Armstrong. Dude, he showed up so high on Somas like a couple weeks before this. I mean, these guys, they're just handing out money.
Yeah.
I don't care a damn bit. I'm thinking I'm good. Don't matter, I'm hurt, went to the emergency room, whatever. And then I rolled right to our house in across from the bay from Hogan's house in
Clearwater,
Florida. And then I didn't show up the next night. So now, ripple effect. The next night, Fit Finley goes through a table and rips fucking his whole leg out because he's not used to doing hardcore shit. You know what I mean? So that was a ripple effect off of that too. And then they came up with like the hardcore championship then. So probably if I won that night, if I showed up on time, didn't get hurt during the junkyard match, showed up to Daytona because we're working our way up the coast. It was either Daytona or Jacksonville. I would have been their hardcore champion. And then right after that, if I could have lasted maybe who knows how many more months until Vince bought it.
It was a year and a half.
But who knows what could have happened.
You would have been wrestling like Norman Smiley for WCW hardcore title matches.
Did you ever apologize to Fit Finley for causing him to rip his leg open?
No, but I apologized to Dusty.
Did you apologize to Dusty for showing up late?
Right, I did.
I noticed that when you said he was disappointed in me, like he wasn't pissed.
I could see it in his eyes.
He was just like, damn, I pushed
Dude, he set up everything. They had me, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but they gave me like a 3-minute promo. Well, it seemed like 3 minutes, but I'm on a ladder in a building, and she's there with me.
And you're calling out all these guys.
You think I'm a junkyard dog, something like that. There could be big spots right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, it's really interesting to me. It's like,
but it would all been done anyway.
Right.
I was still getting paid. Even
Well, we'll
after
get
I was fired, I was still getting paid. So
told
it
me
wouldn't
this
have meant
before.
any difference whatsoever.
All right, Hack. So you did tell me this before a couple weeks ago. You were like, "Yeah, I got paid the entire time after I got fired from WCW." So
You're only supposed to get paid 3 months. I signed a $245,000 a year contract for 3 years, not guaranteed, with a $10,000 signing bonus. So
Okay.
I got the $10,000 signing bonus literally like 48 hours after me and Eric did the deal over the mushroom burger.
and when you go,
So then you didn't work for the first 6 months.
6 months.
And
That
then
was
you-
September freaking like 11th or 9th.
And
So
then
I
you
don't work
work-
until March 6th.
And then you work what, 6 months?
No, I don't work 6 months. I show up and I do this thing with Raven. Like I told you, high as shit, coke, dope, everything.
Yes. And then how long do you actually
That
work
was
for the company?
about Kelly's birthday. So then they bring me in, and then that probably like January, February, March, like April. Then I guess Nash gets the book in like April, and then I have like 30 matches in between April and September.
You have
And then I'm fired again.
this was your last match in WCW.
So you got
Which one?
This match,
What match?
the Junkyard Hardcore Battle Royal, was your last match in WCW.
So you
forgot
got
what we were talking about.
So you got 3 years of pay for 6 months of work.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
One of the best workers of all time. All-time
Greatest
worker.
contract
Yo,
ever.
an all-time
And I
worker.
learned this from Brad Armstrong. Brad's like, I don't know how he got his deal, but he showed up. He showed up one time the whole time I was there, high as shit on somas. We're ready to walk into catering, shit-faced. Like drooling, not alcohol, like drooling, just like drooling. I'm like, yo, dude, you think you might want to hang back here? And then luckily, like, because he didn't know me from a campaign. But then, like, Conan and stuff were like, yo, dude, you gotta freaking chill. You can't go into catering like this.
Oh my God. Oh
This is
God.
stupid stuff. And I'm like, if this guy's getting paid, I ain't seen him since I've been here. He's been on TV.
I can show up a
The last
couple hours late.
Yeah, sure. I can show up late to the Junkyard match. It's all about
Yeah,
me.
so I wasn't worried about getting. I mean, so if you get fired, you get 90 days of pay, but you're not allowed to go work. So I get fired like September. Like literally, it was like 1 year to 1 year. It was like 9th, 8th, 13th, or whatever. I called Todd Gordon. I said, "Yeah, I just got." JJ Dillon just called me. I just got fired. I said, "Get me back in with Paul." He goes, "Okay." Literally, that's how long the conversation was. He calls me back a minute and a half later. He goes, "All right, Paul's going to pay you $3,500 a week. We're going to bring you back the night before Halloween."
And there
That's
you
how
were.
quick it was.
And you were right back.
And I said to Todd, I'm like, Todd, I said, I don't want, because they're paying me $5,000 a week right now. And if I blow that, because there's a 90-day thing in non-compete, I'm not supposed to go work for another company. So I talked to Paul. I ended up talking to Paul. He goes, Hack, they will fucking not even notice any of this shit. He was freaking right, dude, because they paid me the rest of my whole contract.
So WCW, you got lost in the paperwork there,
Yep.
and you got paid.
So at one point, so I'm making $5,000 a week, maybe a hair less, like $4,890, something like that, and I'm getting $3,500 from Paul a week. But you have to understand something. I have a house in Utah right now. I have a house in Philadelphia, and I have a house in Florida. My basic bills are almost $10,000 a month. You know what I mean? So you're making 20, but half of it's going into just mortgages.
Yeah.
But the life was good.
That was a good time. That was a good time.
Time was long in life.
Yeah, that was a good
Living freaking at Disney World or Land or whatever.
Fucking piece of shit.
I know. Ollie missed it. He got put. The last year we were in Salt Lake City. At 4th of July, his mom's water broke. What year was that?
98.
When we went to Jordan's last game
after that.
When we went to Jordan's last game as a bull, my mom was pregnant with Ollie in the stadium.
There you go.
So he
I
was
didn't
there.
realize. Oh, wow, you were there.
Yeah. You didn't see anything, but you were
You
there.
must have told me that before.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah.
That's freaking great, Ollie. You were there.
That's
But he
awesome.
missed so much. Dude, when we lived in Tampa Bay, the schools were so bad. No, because Fonzie was the one smart enough. He's like, Hack, or Sandy, we call him whatever. He's like, listen, he put a chart on the wall in my kitchen not too far from here, a couple miles from here, when we were renting a house. And he goes, all right, how much you got in the bank? And this is what you're going to do. You're going to save it, and if you can see it with your eyes, every day when you go to the refrigerator, it's going to give you more incentive to put money into it. Dude, I had like $30,000 in like 3 weeks. I'm like, all right, let's go to Florida.
Wow, that's a great story. So this show, man, this was not great at all.
Story was better than the show.
Story was better than the show.
Way better.
This show started off. First of all, they had 13,000 people there. So, like, as bad as this is, they did draw a nice house down there in Fort Lauderdale. But man, this show.
Yeah, those poor people.
Those poor people that paid money to go see this. God, just awful. The show started off with Ernest the Cat Miller and Disco Inferno.
Was that just... No, wait a minute. What? Oh, no, that was the next year. Sorry.
Okay. This was so bad. So the stipulations for this match were supposed to be that the loser would never be able to dance again. But I don't know if this was...
That's a killer.
That's a money stipulation right there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, no, you're not going to be able to dance. Oh, God, this was so bad. So they did a dance contest at the beginning, and then Ernest the Cat Miller jumped him, and he was jumping him and just...
Hack would smoke Ernest the Cat Miller. In the
I think he
dance-off.
would, too. I mean, Ernest the Cat, he had some good moves. I liked his moves, and he does a good James Brown impression.
No, yeah, you have to understand something. What he does was over like God, like in the 50s.
Yeah, that's the James
You know
Brown.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like, and he does that really well, but, man, he don't wrestle well.
He's not a wrestler.
He's not a wrestler.
Bischoff was a karate guy, so he's like, let me get a karate guy.
Well, and then...
That's exactly why he was there.
And Disco's not a wrestler either, because, God...
No, Disco can work.
You think?
Yeah, but he's... you have to understand something. Like, Disco is...
He's fine. He needs somebody, but he needs someone in the ring to carry him.
Lift him up.
And he can follow.
Lift him up. The guy can make anybody look great.
No, he didn't make the cat look great.
Oh, well, all right. I lied. No, that's very hard to make the cat look great right there.
Yeah.
And everybody know it. I told you the stories about it.
Yeah. I mean, like, dude, this match was nothing.
The best part of the match was the sign in the crowd that says, "The cat is a pussy."
Oh, that is
Then I
good.
saw that, and I was like,
That is
great.
good.
Yeah, so this was not really much. So what was the finish in this one? Oh, yeah.
No, that red shoe, man. We talked about it
Oh,
before.
the red shoe. God, the red shoe finish kick. Jesus, man. Awful.
Everybody wears shoes except
Right.
for Ernest the Cat, but that red shoe.
That red shoe's really, it's
Yeah,
loaded.
yeah.
It's a loaded red shoe.
The Iron Sheik had a loaded boot.
Yeah, but this is a loaded red dancing shoe.
This is a loaded Dorothy slipper.
Yeah, it's a loaded-
Literally. Well, that was the whole thing to me. I thought, dude, this shoe is so crazy there. That was one of the things that made sense to me a little bit.
I know, and
The
who's it?
Ruby
Shivani
slipper
and him.
kind of thing,
Oh
you know
no,
what
he's
I mean?
putting the shoe on.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's putting the shoe on. It's like,
Everybody's got wrestling boots on. They hurt way more.
Well, he's not a wrestler.
I know, Hack, but
I'm just
if
talking
you told
about the
me- I
the
get it.
shoe being like the end all be all.
If the
I know, that's hilarious. I love that part.
Oh God, I didn't love anything about this.
All
This
right,
is zero
next.
zero
Yeah,
stars.
seriously.
0 stars. I'm giving it 0.
The whole show might not equal 5 stars.
No,
I'm giving the shoe like 1.5.
1.1.
Seriously.
Ollie, how many stars are you giving this? 0. All right, that's it. We're off to a great start here, and it doesn't get any better because up next was Rick Steiner and Van Hammer. So this was the big Van Hammer push. God, this is 5 minutes of my life
Well,
I'll
'cause
never
he
have
beat
back.
the hell out of Mikey like a couple weeks before
Yeah, so
this.
it's a big push. He beat Mikey on a pay-per-view to get this match with Rick Steiner
Well, I
for
was
the
next
TV
after
title.
Hammer.
Dude,
God.
me and Ty watched this match, and it concluded, and we both looked at each other, and we're like, what did we just watch?
What the fuck was this match?
The only thing I took out of it was it looked to me like Steiner was trying to prove a point to him.
That he's a badass.
It was stiff.
And Hammer's a very affable dude, not a big athlete or whatever. You know what I mean? And fuck yeah.
Like Steiner was kind of like no selling his shit.
everything.
And there was, and it was like it kind of looked in the match that he was like giving him some, and like
Yeah.
that's
That's
the
how
only
much
thing I
bigger he was than him too.
So much
Van
bigger.
Hammer was looking like the Ultimate Warrior.
He was
6'6".
He's huge. Van Hammer is
Yeah,
huge.
he's a huge dude.
He's a huge dude, but man, he has no
Great
presence
guy,
in the
though.
ring. Okay.
Yeah, great guy. Never did. He was like one of those guys that, like a Lex Luger, who you wanted to be a ball player or something, and that didn't work out. So you're like, oh, somebody said you're in the gym. Why don't you be a wrestler?
Well, it's like they're giving him like this huge push, and like you probably talk to him, and he's like,
Well-
yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, because the
Like,
thing
I
was,
don't
no, he was happy.
yeah, right. It's
No,
I guess.
I know, but you guys gotta understand, he was fucking happy because he didn't want to be that rock guy anymore. He wanted to be the badass. So he thought that was working great for him, you know. But Rick was in at no point right there willing to put, and I was one of the guys. He didn't sell a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
That I did with him in the ring, you know, and I don't blame him because I was the week before the pay-per-view with him and Sting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know what my job is in the match.
That was the only thing that I kind of recognized in the match. That it looked like Rick was trying to like, you know, say to him like, you ain't getting over on me. Like,
no, just like Mikey said. We did this. I texted him, Mikey, when we were on one of our shows a couple weeks ago, and he goes, "Yeah, he big leagued me, Van Hammer." Well, Van Hammer got big leagued by freaking.
He got some live
by
rounds.
Steiner. I knew I was getting big leagued. I had no problem with it.
Right.
Oh, yeah, let's just go, dude.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
The one thing
I'm just happy being on this in this match with you.
Yeah, the one thing I have in my notes is Shivani on the call said that Hammer was a young star, and I'm looking at the dude. I'm like, damn, he's damn near 40 in this match. What the hell are you
No, him
talking
and
about?
DDP might have been the oldest guys in the company.
Yeah, young star Van Hammer. I mean, jeez. No.
He was a Maryland boy, too.
No. Well, this match also.
A good guy, though.
Okay, good guy.
He did, but he was never like. I mean, there's some guys that you meet that like
Are dicks.
You know, the Rene Dupree's, and I've mentioned it before. You know what I mean? They think they're not over at all, but when they talk to, they wouldn't dare talk to an upper link guy like the way they would to like somebody that they would consider their peers.
Okay.
Jeff Gaylord would do the same thing.
Did Van Hammer give you a Van Handy with eye contact? Why are you putting him super nice guy?
he's a good guy.
No, because I think we did a trade. No, because he
Van
was
Handy?
cool.
Yeah.
And he was relaxed. You know what I mean? We smoked a joint together outside the building.
Yeah, no, there's some coworkers you might not like the work they do, but you like them as people. Everybody
Damn, I
has
was
that.
smoking a joint outside the building with Sting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Van Hammer was a dude. Because we didn't have pens back then. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or a tinfoil bowl maybe we were
All
smoking.
right, so as long as they smoke weed with you, you're good with them.
Yeah,
so,
I'm
okay.
good.
Well,
Sting wouldn't smoke a joint with you because you beat him in cards the first day
That's
you were
right.
there. That's why.
that's right.
So much heat that night.
Well, this match, I give it a 0 star as well. This is a 0 star match to me.
Yeah, I can't even fathom putting a star rating on it.
Pat, because you give it 1 because Van
Because
Hammer
Van
smoked
Hammer's
you up.
such a nice guy.
He smoked you up, so you're giving him 1. All right, there we go.
No, I smoked him off.
Oh, you smoked him up. Okay. All right. Up next on the
I
show.
had pot on me every show, every plane I was ever on. I never traveled without pot and coke.
Okay.
Definitely until like 2001.
All right. So up next here, man, it don't get any better because this is David Flair. They're pushing David Flair.
He looks pretty good right here. You got to see he's a little bit jacked for him.
For him, I mean.
For him.
But-
No, that's the most jacked he was ever.
Yeah, but man, this guy. Look, I feel bad for David Flair because he was thrown into a position that obviously he
He
wasn't ready
didn't
for.
want. He was like Ivan Putski's kid.
Yeah.
Do you know this story?
Yeah, he was
Ivan
thrown in-
Putski's kid never wanted to be a pro wrestler, but the dad pushes into it.
Yeah,
Flair's kid never wanted to be a pro wrestler.
and you could see it.
Is
Like,
he still alive?
yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is still alive. His youngest son is the one who passed.
The one that was in the match?
No, David Flair is still alive. Flair had another younger son.
No, I'm saying, is that the other younger dude who's in the match?
No.
No, David Flair is still alive. His son Reed is the one who passed away.
I understand
Oh,
that.
yeah,
But
so
there's
it's
two
going
blonde
again.
hair.
Oh,
There's
it's
two
going.
blonde-haired kids in the match.
No, that's
the other
the
one's
ref.
Charles Robinson.
That's the ref.
Charles Robinson's the blonde hair.
So, but why? No, but he wasn't the ref the whole time in the match, was he?
No, but he's like a notorious ref. Like doesn't he still work for WWE?
Yeah,
Like,
he does.
No, I
Still be
understand
there.
that, but wasn't he like outside of the ring and not the ref the whole time?
He
Yeah.
was. He was
Yeah.
seconding them. He's like in Flair's clique at this point.
Okay, so that's why
all right,
that's
so
why
I
I'm
understand
asking.
where you're at now.
Yeah. Okay. So this match was between David.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah,
We got some
That's
heat
my
here.
Believe
Yo.
me, Oliver and Ty are not scissoring each other right now.
We got some heat here, man. That was just a little cross.
Come on, boys. Can't we all get along?
No, I'm throwing rocks.
Who's on Rodney King? Can't we all get
Who's
along?
on first? So this match was between David Flair.
Who?
Oliver don't know.
Stop, man. We're doing pod here. This is tough sometimes. And this is the shits. It's not easy to remember. So Flair is the U.S. champion at this point. What the heck do the boys in the back think when this guy's got the belt? Does anybody care? Like,
He's Flair.
but it's his son.
It doesn't matter. He's Flair.
Okay. Because I like Dean Malenko's like a tremendous all-time wrestler, and he's got to put over David Flair here in a fucking shit
Yeah, but
match.
aren't him and Flair boys? I mean, he probably's
He
like,
probably didn't even care. Like, is that? I don't know. This was awful too.
I mean, people might care, but
what are you gonna say?
Yeah. What are you gonna
you
say? I
ain't
guess.
fucking, you ain't saying a fucking word to anybody about it.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, look. You give him Torrie Wilson. His dad's Ric
Oh
Flair.
my God, Tori.
Torrie looked tremendous. Best part of the match by far. There was nothing else in this match.
Oh my
the
God,
finish
Torrie.
was the shits. It was so stupid. Arn Anderson gave a spine buster to the ref. Then Dean Malenko slammed Asia. By the way, Asia, because there's already a China, so you have to have Asia in WCW. That was so stupid.
Yeah, I know, but I don't.
She was a good
their
second.
branding. I know, but I like the branding by them. China, Asia, yeah.
That's a cheap spin-off. It's a cheap
It
ripoff.
doesn't matter.
I hate it.
It's whoring the product.
Yeah, I hate it. I hated Asia. Sorry.
It's a good spin.
So
And then Flair's younger son comes in and becomes the ref.
And yeah, Ric Flair hits Malenko with his the belt, and then David pins him. God, this was horrible. I don't even know what I give this.
David looked really good.
0 stars. I give this as well.
Looked really good. There was not a line of definition on his body.
It was the best he ever looked, though.
It was.
Yeah.
You have to understand how spindly the motherfucker was.
Sculpted flab is something.
Yes.
What?
Listen, man. Look, Dave.
What were they trying, Tosh? What were they trying to pull?
Nothing.
Were they like spoofing the fact that Flair's son couldn't work?
I think
no.
kind of.
No, it was a work. No, it was a straight fucking shoot.
But I think
But
the
they were
angle,
clearly-
Yeah, I think the angle's kind of like Ric Flair's the president. I'm going to put my son over, like a Nepo baby kind of thing.
Exactly. If you heard
Yeah.
Shivani the whole time, he was like, he's had 4 matches and he hasn't produced one move of offense the entire
Okay,
time.
Tony Schiavone still has to keep some credibility of an announcer. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
But that's my point.
I think
Like,
you're
they're
right,
clearly
Ty.
like
Yeah.
spoofing the fact that
No,
he's
it wasn't
not
a
work.
spoof, dude. That was Flair trying to fucking, like, alright, it's like Jack Buck and Joe Buck.
But he's not
His
trying to
dad,
get his.
you know what I'm saying? How are you
He's
giving
no,
me
I
these-
know.
No, they
he's-
are, but what's the
But
analogy
he's not.
between
He's
Jack
not
Buck
trying
and
to
Joe
get.
Buck?
He's not trying to get his son over because they're clearly interfering and they're clearly the reason he's
I
the
know,
champ.
but his son just being out there.
Well, yeah.
is the fact.
I mean,
and
yeah,
he
I
had
get
no
that.
business.
I know, but
being
you're
out
clearly
there.
making him look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you're blind. You know, it's
I
that.
guess.
No, I'm just saying like the angle in general. Like
No,
you're
I
clearly
get it.
making him look bad. Like that's clearly what you're doing.
There's no way to look good when you've had no wrestling experience. You're being thrown into an environment
Right.
like this. It's a losing situation for
That'd
David
be like
Flair.
just getting a Ravens fan and
Lose.
just making it. Yeah.
It's a lose-lose.
It really is, and there's no like
Gotta stay away from loses, people.
the creative here was awful. Everything about this was awful. Like I said, 0 stars for me.
0.
0. Up next on the show, yeah, this actually was all right to me. This might have been the match of the night. I don't know.
Biggest human I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
That dude-
God,
he
Swole?
literally looked fake.
dude. All right.
No, not Swole. It's the dude on the outside of the ring in the green.
Oh, the other guy.
yeah. Who
Yeah,
had
the other guy
who
with
had
no
the
limit
biggest
soul. I
torso
don't know.
known to mankind.
This guy, Master P, must have been paying to be his bodyguard.
Dude, those were the dudes I was on the plane with when I told you in first class.
Was that guy the plane?
Well, it was all them and me.
Like that dude was the
that
biggest
guy-
human I've ever seen.
The dude had his own section.
Yeah, like
That guy was a monster, man.
like his arms, like they weren't even like buff big. Like they looked like they were like blown up. Like
God.
it's like
Yeah, like they did an air pump.
yeah, like he looked like
Yeah, pump him up.
like you drag him down the Macy's Day
Yeah.
Parade, like with strings hanging off him. Like
Yo,
that
that big,
dude.
guy.
My man's huge here. So this was Conan, Rey
I think
Mysterio.
they were calling them 4x4.
I think they were
40 by 40, maybe.
Conan, Ray Jr.,
I
Swole,
beat the shit out of it.
and
He would
Hacksboy.
have picked you up and ripped you in half.
This was Conan, Rey Mysterio Jr., Swole, and Hacksboy Brad Armstrong against Kurt Hennig, Barry Windham Jr., Kendall Windham, and Bobby Duncombe Jr. So I don't know, man. Like this stuff.
It was the Kurt Hennig show.
It was the Kurt Hennig show. This is the Rap is Crap feud.
He was just awesome.
But they were, I feel like, pretty over as babyface. I know we talked about this last month when we were talking about the other show we did with this angle.
Depending on the town.
We're in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. You would think maybe this week.
Crab's fucking crab is over huge.
Rap is Crap was over huge, and they were getting plays on like country western stations and
I
stuff.
know, it was crazy.
Like, and that's pretty cool. Like, to me, I know Kurt Hennig's run in WCW. Everybody knows him as Mr. Perfect and everything, but this might have been like creatively the peak of his run in WCW because it was cool. It was something totally different.
Well, and it was really good too because like rap's I mean, it's obviously been around, but it's really, really, really starting to jump off then. And it's like you have the division of the older people who are like, "What the fuck are these people listening to?"
Yeah.
Mr. P was huge.
He was gigantic.
Huge.
Like, and you think about
I didn't even know who the dude was until that night.
Least
before.
shocking thing ever.
yeah.
Right, I
But,
was like, what?
Like, you think about the celebrity involvement, and WCW was trying to do something to get celebrities
Crossover.
involved. You know, you look at Bad Bunny in WWE, it's just like, there's sometimes when it really, really works with a celebrity being involved, and there's other times where it's just a complete miss. Obviously, the No Limit Soldiers angle, it wasn't a hit, and it didn't really work out, but I don't know.
No, I mean, they clearly only taught the one guy just how to do a clothesline. That was his only move. Shoot in, clothesline. Shoot in, clothesline.
But the thing is, it's execution was fine, idea fine, maybe a hair before its time. You know what I mean? I can't blame Eric or whoever was making the decisions then to be like, because the Rap is Crap was a result of the Filthy Animals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Filthy Animals were first, and then somehow, like, Eric, whoever it was, knew that that audience that they are is not watching our product.
Right.
So let's try and reach them. Because they're bringing all the Mexican wrestlers are there over and shit like that. The Raps coming. Conan used to tell me like sayings that he would come up with. I'd be like, dude, where'd you hear that? He goes, I go to San Diego. He's living in San Diego, getting hits of freaking ecstasy, $5 a piece. Oh my God, we did so much ecstasy. But he would go hang out and around the basketball courts and just hear what the people were saying then. So then he knew to be hit. All the sayings started right out of San Diego and LA back in them days. You know what I mean? Because that was the beginning of all of it. But he was smart enough to get there and be in tune with the product.
Yeah, Conan is one of those guys where I'm like,
Smart as shit.
I know, and he was a huge star in Mexico, and I think,
Huge.
like, God, right? And I think myself, like, I'm like, if WCW really wanted to push somebody who was counterculture, who was hip, who was something different, and obviously if you look at the top of this card, it's a bunch of old stars. Conan to me is one of those guys where I would have put the rocket on Conan, because like I said, he could do promos, he had a style, and he like you said, he reached an audience they weren't getting. So I would have pushed Conan really heavy in this point in time, because you could see.
Well, they kind of did.
They
but
didn't,
the problem was that Kurt Hennig was like, watch this.
They didn't, though.
Give me a guitar.
They didn't put him on the top of the cards. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And
okay, you have to understand something. How many guys can be at the top of the card?
Not
then?
many.
You know what
Not
I'm saying?
many.
Look how much talent's there.
But you have at the top of this card, you have a washed up Macho Man. You have a washed
Not
up.
the point. They're the top of the card.
I know, but
So you're not breaking that ceiling. Eric did the best that he could to break that ceiling, making the Filthy Animals, and then just Kurt Hennig's like, watch this. Give me a guitar. I'll fake like I'm playing.
I'll get over it.
Dude, I was there when it was happening.
Yeah.
The very first night it did. I want to say we were in Louisiana or like Mississippi or something. The place went fucking batshit.
Yeah.
And it's like him and his the guy
Bobby Duncan and
yeah,
Kendall
Bobby
Windham.
Duncan. Who was the other dude?
Barry Windham and Kendall.
Yeah, it's great. They're playing anything.
The one other thing I want to note
hilarious.
from this match is what the heck was Barry Windham's fit in this match? He's got the work gloves on. He's got jean shorts. It was so.
Dude, the first thought that popped into my head when I saw like the guys in the, I'm like, what is this dude wearing? Like,
The only reason I knew it was him was because of the boots. As soon as I saw them, I'm like, yeah,
he's
that's
got the boots, but he's got the work gloves
yeah,
on.
he's got like gardening gloves on, and he's
The
like,
hair looks weird. It's just, it's bizarre. I've never seen Barry Windham look like this before. I'm like, what the heck? It's Barry Windham.
I guess it's literally just because Conan and all, excuse me, and all them are wearing, their camo, I guess he was just like, all right, what's the most country shit? I
A
can
ranch
wear?
hand. I'm gonna rock a
Yeah,
ranch hand
like,
outfit.
literally,
you know
like,
what? That kind of sounds right.
But he's got shorts on. He's wearing jorts. It's like,
yeah.
at least wear some cowboy boots and a jeans or something. I don't know, man. The fit was wild. in
Nobody
this one.
cared that. You didn't answer Barry with him. That wasn't answering to anybody.
Yeah,
He go out there the way he wants to go out.
And then him and Conan do the double over the top rope, and it might have been 2 seconds, and they're like, yeah, they're counted out. All right, later.
I know. And
Like,
then he
Conan
came back,
likes taking
right?
off his shit as he's walking back. He's like, yeah, I'm done. We're done. Like, whatever. I was like, what the f- is going on here? Like,
Oh
Yeah,
god.
create the 2-on-1.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
he just like walked to the back. And it was like for no reason.
and everyone's like, what's going on here? And they're like, yeah, they're counted out.
Dude, he was so high right there, and I guarantee it on X.
So
funny.
the finish of the match was Kurt Hennig was alone against Rey Mysterio Jr. and Swole. Barry
Yeah,
Windham.
that guy was swole, the tall guy. I
Yeah.
thought the other guy was swole.
That's 4x4.
Okay.
Or
He was swollen.
yeah, I think he ate Swole. So Hennig was in there alone, and then Barry Windham got back out and was chased away by what was that guy's name? Tatum, I think.
Maybe the most horrible finish ever.
Dude, that was so weird. Yeah, that whole thing. He came back in, like, hit him, and then, like, rolled
Yeah,
out
it was
again.
so
Like,
wonky. And then the finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was-
I actually kind of like the finish. Ray Jr. The visual of him jumping up the shoulders on Swole for the finish.
First of all, he didn't jump.
Well, he just kind of like fell.
Yes.
But yeah, it was kind of cool. And he pinned Kurt Hennig for the win. So the No Limit Soldiers beat the West Texas Rednecks.
Huge pop.
And I don't know if you caught. I feel like after the first, I don't know who. I think it was Duncan that got eliminated. Which like this is like the slowest 3 count ever. Like Duncan's being pinned for like 9.5 seconds, and then he's out. And then like the big dude, and then the other white dude in the camo. Like every time one
That's
of their
Brad
guys
Armstrong.
Okay, every
Yeah.
time one of their guys was eliminated, they would like double team him and like get him into the back. I feel like one time Hennig like went to the other guys like, "Yo, are they like stiffing that dude?" Like, and they went out and they like started like being like, "Yo, dude, he's up," and then they came back because I saw him talking. I don't know. It was weird.
I'll have to go back and check that
Yeah,
out.
it looked like they like went out there and they were like, "Yo, dude, like, he's like,
checking that
I
out.
might actually, because I want to
Seriously,
see if they're
people?
shooting at each other.
Yeah, but no,
kinda
there was no,
looked like-
there was no shooting. On
no,"
it.
but I think it was like.
It was a
It was like
mystery.
an unintentional like shoot,
Okay.
like almost like where like Hennig had to like go out and check him real quick and then like
Yeah,
come
no,
back.
all those dudes
What do
are
you guys
smooth
give
as
this
shit.
as a star? I'll give 1.5 stars for this.
I'll give it 1.
Hack? Are you serious, dude?
Dude, Conan and Ray are in it. Those are his boys.
And Barry.
Oh, God. A 4-star match.
Yep. It was the greatest thing I ever seen. Dude, I came with those 3 dudes in there. Dude, oh man, Barry's.
You have no credibility.
Now your credibility is shot, dude. Okay?
Well, I know because people realize that my rating has nothing to do with the actual credibility
True.
of the match.
Except when you don't know the people.
Swerve and Osprey.
Which you gave
I mean,
22. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Here we go. Up next, this is the Hardcore Junkyard Invitational Battle Royal. So, first of all, it's dark as fuck, and a horn sounds, and you have no idea what is going on at any point. There's a helicopter circling around. You can see a lot of cameras are there. Johnny Grunge just flips a car at the start of
I was
this
gonna
match.
say the greatest opening spot ever. They
just
just
flip
flip a car for no reason.
For no reason. No wonder they spent $100,000 on this match.
It was more.
Okay.
I fucking guarantee it was more, dude. It was elaborate.
Knobs throws Silver King into some tires. There's just like a number of trash cans with fire on them around this area, the junkyard. Jerry Flynn then like electrocutes Silver King, and Silver King then did like a senton onto Knobs on a car. I don't know if you remember any of these spots, Hack, when you were watching this. Then Fit Finley hits LaParca with a car bumper. This is the amount of chaos that's in this match. I mean, it is just fucking wild.
Any one of us could have sued them, sued the pants off of them for that match.
Yeah, it was a completely reckless environment to be wrestling in.
No, dude, there was no ambulance, no medics, no nothing.
And you could see guys getting like legitimately hurt in this too. So like, Fit Finley hits Horace with a bumper, and then you're finally seen on top of a car. I think you're brawling with Johnny Grunge and Mikey. You're just like on top of a car. This match has been going on for a couple minutes now at this point. We finally see you in this match.
Okay, because I was like, all right, I'm not going over. I don't care. I ain't going down there in the pit.
To get
I'm
hurt.
like, Knobs is down there in the pit because
With car parts. Knobs is down there with car parts.
yeah,
Somebody might actually die.
no, like me and Mikey were starting up here on the 4th level. Swear to God.
Okay.
So we're up there, right? And the horn starts, and Mikey's like on the hood of a car, and I'm on the trunk of the car, and we're just like, is this the most ridiculous thing we're ever going to do in our lives? I'm like, all right, so should we look like we're going to fight? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, come over here. I mean, this is how ridiculous it freaking is, because it's dark, dude. You don't want to walk off the edge of a freaking car or something. You bump the wrong way. You're probably like 20 feet in the air at minimum. So then we're fighting on top of the car, and Mikey goes to grab the antenna of the car. He's like, all right, I'm going to hit you with this antenna. He's like, I got it. He tries to pull it off. You can't pull a fucking antenna off of an Oldsmobile 76. He's like, all right, I got nothing. Sell it, please. Dude, it was that ridiculous. I was laughing so hard. Me and Mikey was great.
And Mikey's got his jeans on, and he made sure that he got his knee pads down by his ankles over top of the jeans.
So Jimmy Hart is seen at one point, and he's just like rocking a yellow T-shirt and a
That was
helmet for some
hilarious.
reason. I have no idea what he was doing there, but it was funny to me.
Dude, none of us had no idea what was going on. The finish was the most abysmal thing I've ever seen in my life.
We're gonna get to that, Hack. So Mikey DDT'd Steven Regal on a car, and then Hack, you called over a number of the guys, and this is where you said you got hurt because Cyclope, I guess, does a moonsault. And he kind of hits
He's probably about 20 feet in the air.
The camera just sees a guy fall down into a bunch of people.
Yeah, Hack's the only one standing there, and he's like about to catch this guy by himself. Hack's like, yo,
bailed out.
You're like, hey,
Who's right next to me?
hey, you come over here, we got a spot.
yeah, like, yo.
This is like right on camera, too. You can see.
Knobs
I know, you
bailed.
can literally hear Hack be like, yo, come over here.
Oh my God, you're right. I'm like, come on, guys, set up for this spot. I forgot.
Nobody does any editing on this. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I know, and it's actually crazy because when you think about it, it is like a really cool concept of a match, especially for that time. Like, if done correctly.
Absolutely.
Like, if WWE would have done something sort of like that match, I think they could have pulled it off.
They would have actually
way
had,
better.
they would have actually had spots. This was just a bunch of
listen to
random
me.
dudes hitting a bunch of other random dudes in the back while their backs turned with bumpers and shit and tires.
Yeah, but if WWE would have done it, it wouldn't have been like, all right, so we're getting near the finish. I throw Fit into the trunk, which I didn't even remember I did until I watched it
And
a
it
couple
doesn't
hours
close.
ago. And then the trunk opens. And
He
then
tries
I
to
push
get out
it back
immediately.
down.
I'm like, no, you're staying there.
No, you have to die. I'm trying to
he's
murder you.
supposed to be holding the thing right there. He let go. He fucking his hand slipped or something. That thing's not supposed to come back up.
Right.
He's supposed to be locked in. He's supposed to be locked in because I asked like Teddy afterwards what actually was supposed to go on. He was supposed to be in that trunk until he got into the Smasher, and the Smasher was going to be because you see how long it took
How
for the
slow it
Smasher.
took.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in there until, and he had plenty of time. And
He didn't even make it onto the forklift.
I know, he pushed out. Right, he pussed out.
Yeah, well, I don't blame
That's
him.
how
turned
we
your
should play.
back.
No, the way Dusty played, Teddy told me, he goes, Finn's supposed to be in there until it's almost smashed. He comes out of the trunk and just escapes with his life.
Well, no,
the
he-
announcers made it sound like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Finn Finley!
There was so many other just like completely wild spots in this match. La Parka just chucked.
And then the car blowing up at the end for
Yeah.
who? For what?
For who? For what?
It
that
kept
stop.
everybody away. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's at bay. Everybody's at bay because of the explosion.
And there's nobody else
No,
there.
and
no
you
one's
don't see-
around at
I
all.
don't even know where I was then.
The only time there was
You
one
guys might have
spot.
even been done when that thing
No,
went
there
off.
was only one exit.
I think Rocco Rock was like climbing the fence and like Horace Hogan's just trying to like pull him off at one point. That was the only time anybody tried to escape at all.
Yeah.
At all in the whole match. Like everybody's just like aimlessly brawling, hitting people with bumpers. You could see guys get hurt a couple times in this match, like noticeably hurt. Silver King gets thrown onto the windshield of one car,
that
and he
is-
immediately turns around, and you could tell by the way he's reaching for his shoulder, he's fucked up. And then later in the match, you see him, and he is drenched in blood.
Dude, that was the funniest spot ever. Because, like, he, like, threw himself onto the windshield,
Yes.
kind of. And then
They're
realized it was,
all
like,
your
real
own
glass.
bump.
It
He was like, "Oh, no."
It was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, but they're all your own bump. That just goes to show, like Ty said, he's throwing himself, dude. Nobody's throwing you. You're throwing yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Hugh Morris like tossed him, but like he threw himself and then he hit, and then you see him turn around and he's like, oh shit, that actually hurt, like pulled a piece of glass.
Hugh Morris
Well, yeah,
also
but-
got hurt in this match by throwing himself into a windshield, you could tell too. And then Mikey apparently had a concussion in this match as well.
No, he
And-
didn't.
Well, that was in the sheets, and
I
apparently...
don't care. That's wrong.
Okay, well, you could see Mikey walking around aimlessly in this match like he has eyes glazed over. Cause
I mean, there was a bunch of people walking around like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah, I mean, this was just Jesus Christ. If you guys have never watched this hardcore junkyard battle royal,
No, but honestly,
Don't
it was the
watch
best thing that ever happened to me. The
Yeah.
way things worked out.
you're right, the ripple effect.
Yep.
No, I got to tell you, man. This is an absolute spectacle, and like we've seen a couple matches. AEW did a match between the Best Friends and Santana Ortiz where they brawled in the parking lot on cars, and that was awesome. And I don't know if you've ever seen anything like from Mexico that they've had hack. Some of the Mexican feds like death matches on cars and stuff. Some of that stuff can be really crazy. And cinematic matches, you could do something great. But this, I don't even know if you can give this a star. If it's an absolute spectacle of wrestling, you have to watch this as a
I
wrestling
got
fan.
I got one question. Now I know you showed up late, Hack, but like other than like the moonsault spot that you were a part of, and like maybe the finish, was there like any other spot
Zero.
that like?
Zero.
Because that's what it looked like.
No.
Yeah, because it
There was
literally
zero.
looked like they
Dude,
just
it's
put
a
you
brawl.
guys.
It's like a battle royal. You don't go out to a battle royal and tell guys, hey, I'm going to take you. Don't shoot guys into the ropes. You don't do this.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
No, but
It's
you're
a
in
battle
like
royal.
but you're in like a special type match. Like is.
But you got to
you know what I'm
understand,
saying?
dude, this
It's
isn't
just like-
ECW, boys. If this was ECW, it would have been a totally different animal.
Right. Well,
You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Because it looked like literally just a bunch of guys. Just
Try not to
walking.
get hurt. And when you try not to get hurt, maybe you get hurt.
Right.
Well, this, I mean, like, do you think, like, William Regal's embarrassed having participated in this being such a serious wrestler? No, I'm only kidding.
Well, you
I'm
really
only
know,
kidding.
but he's probably had like 15,000 matches, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, Dave Taylor,
love
Fit
it.
Finley.
Freaking that dude is awesome.
There's some amazing workers in this match. Like, but just, God, it was so bad. I don't even
I
know.
wasn't one of them.
This match, I don't know. Ollie, what do you give this as a star rating?
0.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think as a spectacle, you have to watch it as a wrestling fan. Hack is giving himself a
If Hack
5-star.
won it, I would have gave it a star rating, but he blew it.
Yeah, you blew it by showing up late.
I gave it a 5.
Hack gives it a 5. I don't know what I can give this as a match. I'm gonna have to go like 1 star. Ty.
Yeah, and the only reason is because of the amazing open spot with the car flip. Yes, like
Please watch this match, guys. I guarantee you'll laugh your ass off. Watch this match. It is certainly a
Oh,
legendary.
it's so bad.
No, it really
It
is.
is just, everything is just so bad.
Yeah. Okay.
it's so bad. It's like good. It's like funny. Like,
Yeah,
it's good.
no, it's-
Like,
No, it's almost like, not like Blair Witch got over too huge, but it's almost like an indie, literal, like filming it with your phone.
yeah.
yeah.
That's how bad all the lighting was. And the helicopter. Well, they didn't have drones back then, but
But you
That's
spent
what it was.
$100,000 on this match, and that's what it looked
I know.
like.
It's like you guys couldn't have spent some money on like stadium lights or something to like.
Or done it during the day.
Yeah.
Dude, you have a scissor lip.
I don't know. I mean, you could have done it during the day.
Yeah, pre-tape.
Yeah, you could have done
Could
it
have
pre-tape.
totally pre-taped.
And you could have edited it.
Well, I would have missed it then. I wouldn't even have been there. Who knows what those Are you hardcore?
I'm so hardcore, I'm not even showing up.
Maybe it was supposed to be during the day. And
Yeah,
Sorry,
they
you
had
got
to delay it for you.
softball.
Okay, you got softball. You're out, Sid.
What's Baltimore doing right here?
Oh, God. Heck, come on, man. I don't know.
Losing.
Up next on the show, we can edit that little incident.
Nobody
out there.
cares.
Nobody cares.
Like this next match we're going to talk
Oh,
about.
God. Up next, this is the Jersey Triad going up against Chris Benoit and Perry Saturn. Man,
Was this match an hour and a half long?
it was
felt
just like
it.
23 minutes.
it was
That was it?
It was just like the last pay-per-view. They had
That
a
was
match
brutal.
similar last pay-per-view that was just like this.
Honestly, it was the best match on the card.
Easily.
It was just 10 minutes too long.
Easily the best match on the card. Like the work and it was
all right.
fine.
Blah, 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 blah. No, all right, here we go. Why do you have a set of heat on the heels and then have a set of heat on the baby faces? That's longer. You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say
was
they-
all the heat.
I was just gonna say, one team was giving heel heat, and then the other team was giving heel heat, and it was like, what is going
the
on?
fans didn't
I know.
get it.
You get halfway through the match and you're like, wait a minute, where are we?
Yeah. Seriously, I was like, wait a minute, who's the babies and who's the heel right now? And I
Right.
started to listen to the crowd.
And they didn't know.
I
No.
know, it was crazy. I'm glad everybody's.
I don't know where I am.
all your guys'
100% with
faces
you.
went, yep.
I'm 100% with you.
Well,
it was-
because Benoit and Saturn are putting the heat on Canyon early, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh wait, are they the baby? I was
Right?
confused.
Yeah, I was like, are they the babies?
Oh wait, I'm like, cause did Diamond fucking actually do it? I was like, wait a minute, is Diamond a freaking heel right now?
he was.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was.
he was,
Yeah.
Okay.
but then Benoit and Saturn
All
were
right,
both
so that's
kinda,
why I
like-
was confused.
And
Benoit and
Right.
Saturn, I think, were faces here.
they were trying to
Yeah,
be, but
but
they
they
weren't.
They
But they were
weren't by their
putting
word.
heat
Benoit
on
was
Canyon.
never a heel, really.
He was some.
Was
yeah.
he?
Yeah, he was.
But then they were giving the heat on Canyon as baby faces.
I know.
The structure was so off.
And the weird thing is then Benoit. Then they were putting heat on Benoit for like
For 20
I
minutes,
was gonna
which
say
I
it felt
thought.
like 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
And it was like a handicap match, but it was weird. There was on the team of three, there was always somebody down on the apron and only one guy up on the thing, and they kept rotating who that person was.
They were
which-
doing a half-ass free
Oh,
burst
dude,
rule.
and it
Yeah,
was,
which is-
like DDP didn't want to be in the ring, so he would just be like, yo, you go over here, you go. DDP was like orchestrating shit.
Yeah,
But-
and then when it was time for him to get in the ring, then like Bigelow would step down
Yeah,
and he
it
would be
was
down.
all like.
Bigelow actually looked pretty smelt. Dude, he looked thin.
Well, he's wearing a big black shirt.
No,
The
but he
shirt might have been 6 times, and all he did was headbutt. Like,
So-
leave.
I've never seen wrestlers do like when they do the Freebirds gimmick, which basically you have a 3-man tag team, but only 2 guys wrestle. Like the New Day's done this, and then it would be like Big E and Kofi work, or Big E and
Right.
Woods work, or Woods and Kofi. You know,
But this one was all three of them worked, but just one was down on the. There was
made no
never two
sense
of
to
them
me.
up on the apron.
yeah, it made no sense to me. It was. I don't know.
And then
Okay, I get that, but what were you going to say before I give you my next note?
I was just gonna say, and then at the end, the total heel, the powder finish, so I guess to solidify them as heels and the whole thing, but.
Convoluted because it was so the fans didn't know where the match was going.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know where the match is going, but I gotta give it kudos because they were right there for some good false finishes. Even though I don't like the whole premise of what was going on, they were there. Like guys are like boom, bang, boom.
Well, that's why I was
bang,
saying it was
boom,
it was
bang.
easily the best match on the card. It just was too long.
You got 5 great workers there, and I like
Right.
the spots themselves were executed well. It's just like you said.
Everybody was right there.
Yeah,
for
like-
everything.
I love that DDP sit out powerbomb he used to do. He always hit that like a
Perry
boss.
hit a great super kick.
Yeah, there was a lot of really nice
Great,
spots
like
in
the
this
way
match.
super kicks used to be kicked.
Oh,
Yeah,
and the Benoit snap suplex.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Boom.
Dude.
Oh, and the place went like boom when you hit that.
So I don't know. I'll give this match like 3.5 stars, something around that.
I'd give it 3.
Yeah, I would say 3. Just because it was just meaninglessly too long.
It was the only thing on the show where I was like, this is actually
It was a
wrestling.
good fight. I know it was a good match, except the Heat fucking. But who knows? Like Diamond Dallas, because he's like good friends with Eric then, and like, did Eric go to him and say, "Yo, you guys, you need to put in freaking 25 tonight"?
I mean,
You know what I
maybe.
mean? So that's where the 2 sets of heat come. And really, to me, there was almost 3 sets of heat.
Well, because
There was two
the
bigs in the
main only went like 15 to 20. So
But Hack,
Kill time.
If you're saying do 2 sets of heat, why don't you do 1 set of heat on Perry and then 1 set of heat on Benoit? You could do 2 sets of heat. That makes sense.
Okay, all right. I still don't know who was the baby or is the heel.
I'm telling you who the heels were.
You know what I'm saying? All right,
heels-
so who do you say were the heels?
The heels were the guys with the 3. It was the Jersey Triad.
even though they got the louder reaction, I felt they were still
They were the heels.
But they got the
Okay, so the
biggest
2
reaction.
sets. Yeah, I know, but
You could do false and then come back and do the other
well,
heat.
yeah, you could.
Hot
All right,
tag
but
and
it
then
was
go
just
back to
too
heat.
long.
Exactly.
The Benoit heat was just too long.
Yeah.
That's it. You
Yeah.
cut that down freaking like 30%, 60%, you know what I mean? Then it's fine.
Yeah.
But hey, they might have been freaking killing time.
I don't know. This was just, it was whatever. But it was the best match of the
Well,
show.
because you got to figure the spot. You got your producer or whatever who's like, oh my God, I can't really have this main event go 38 minutes. Can I? Stay the fuck in there, boys.
Well, no, it's Sid Vicious, Macho Man, Sting, and Nash. That ain't going more than fucking 20, and it didn't.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
he's got to put in the time.
I guess these guys.
Exactly.
All because you showed up late to the build-up.
And you know what? Honestly, the way I think about it now is like I don't think Benoit even would have let that happen, but I think that was all on the fly, as in kill time, kill time, kill time.
Yeah.
Because that Benoit knows that.
Yeah.
DDP knows that. Fucking
Bigelow knows
but
that.
yeah, they know that. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been straight on the fly. Like shit. Like because at their placement, guys could have been short. Like 3-4 matches go short, and then the next thing you know, your main event's going from 12 minutes to 23. Who are you going to kill the time with? A match right before it.
Yeah.
Or right before that.
That kinda makes sense.
That's just how it is.
Next up,
Because none of those guys, all those guys know that match shouldn't have been with those 2 heats like that
Right.
with different team. They know the crowd's fucking sucking fucking ass. They know.
yeah. Next up on the show, this show did not improve here because this was a boxing match
Oh,
between Rowdy Piper and Buff Bagwell.
could the gloves have been bigger?
The gloves. Oh my god! So you got Mills Lane in here, big celebrity.
That
Mills
was
Lane.
great though. That was the
Yes.
best part of the whole thing to me. Mills.
It easily was. So Mills
I
Lane,
love Mills.
Judge Mills Lane, and legendary referee of the Evander Holyfield and Mike
Hold
Tyson
on.
fight.
People, you got to understand how Mills Lane was the man when boxing used to be like Mike Tyson. You say the baddest man on the planet, but they could say that with Ali too. You know what I mean? There's so many other guys that could say it. But Mills Lane was like the Fonzie of boxing. He was in there for all the big stuff.
What was this thing? Like, let's get it on?
Yeah, let's get it on. He was
Yeah,
celebrity
okay.
deathmatch and stuff.
All
So like
the big stuff.
he was in those. Wasn't he in
Mills
those
Lane was the
Lipton
man
iced tea commercials
forever.
too?
I don't remember.
He was in a bunch of stuff. He was pretty popular at this point in time.
Yeah, he
so, like,
was.
it was a good celebrity get for them, is what I'm saying. So, like, I don't mind Mills Lane being affiliated. Like, I could see him being, like, some WWF would have brought him in, is what I mean. You know what I mean?
Dude, who knows who it was that was paying him that loved him like I would be? I'd be like, yeah, let's
Well, they
get
had-
Mills 150 G's to do this.
Well, they
tonight.
had
Between that and
Michael.
the junkyard, they probably blew like $500,000.
Well, they had Michael Buffer doing their thing, and obviously
He was
he's probably
10 G's then.
well, he's probably
10?
boys with
Yeah.
Mills Lane.
Oh my God! What a
Back
kid.
then he was 10.
Just to say a couple things. So this was really bad. I thought this was awful. But Piper threw a couple of good fake punches. I guess.
Well, wasn't he a boxer?
He was.
Yeah.
But man, like, why wasn't he in boxing trunks? Why was Judy Bagwell his corner person? And I wonder if she shaved his asshole before this
I would not doubt it.
to prep for
He
this.
did look clean.
He did look. He did look clean.
I don't know, dude. Joe, it's that lady was like maybe the brightest spot on the whole pay-per-view.
Judy Bagwell.
Yeah,
The bucket
she was
spot?
great. Jason Flair around and shit. That was good. That's good, like Three Stooges comedy to me.
Yeah.
Because everything else is so bad, I gotta get like a pop out of something.
Well, I guess.
You know what I mean? And she popped me.
Her sweatshirt popped me as well. I always liked her, whatever.
Just Judy.
They were doing like 10 count like knockdowns, and they were doing boxing the whole time, and the finish was a wrestling move and a 3 count.
Oh wait, is that what it was? Yeah, was that what Meltzer was talking about? When you said that nobody knew the rules?
I guess, yeah. Maybe that in the junkyard.
So what were the rules, Ty?
It was
it was portrayed as a boxing match, and they were doing like, when a guy would get knocked down, they were counting, the 10 until he would get up or whatever, and the finish was Buff doing his, flip like neck breaker off the top, and then Mills Lane counted to 3.
He's loving it. He loved it, actually.
I don't care.
It was a boxing match the whole time until the end was run wrestling
so
move.
horrified at this point.
It was just
Yeah.
hilarious. I'm like, oh god.
Dude, I'm like, oh my god.
To me, it's like, how popular is boxing right at this point?
Huge.
It's still pretty big, but it's on the way down.
What
It's
year
on the
are
way
we
down.
here?
You have 99, so you have
yeah,
Holyfield,
it's still
Lennox
pretty
Lewis.
Yeah, like
You have a lot of.
yeah.
You have Roy
Absolutely.
Jones Jr. You have
still
Bernard
pretty
Hopkins.
huge.
Yeah, see,
you
to
have
me,
Nothing like that.
Felix Trinidad. You have a lot of guys.
Yeah,
you have
you can't-
Gotti Ward. Like you have a lot of things going on in boxing.
you
They're
can't
big.
book a boxing match, especially at the time when boxing is
It's
what
so
it was.
big,
You're
right.
making a mockery of boxing.
It's a good point.
When these
That's a
dudes are
great point,
throwing
actually.
50% punches out there, and it's
One shot.
like if
Dude,
I'm a
done.
boxer watching that, I'm pissed.
Right.
Because it's like, you're not, like,
Great
if
point.
you guys are going to do it, at least throw punches or put headgear on and try and knock each other down. Like,
Yeah. Something.
go out there and actually do it if you're going to do
what
it.
was the thing WWE did? The
Brawl for all. Oh,
yeah,
God, they're
yeah,
so
the
bad.
bark gun.
Killed fucking
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying go and do that, but you
No,
either have to stay away from that or
a
actually
great
put
point.
headgear on and have some sort of a boxing match, because you're sitting there and watch Piper just throw 30% jabs and
His punches look okay.
But the thing is, the wrestler has a way better chance of transforming into a boxer than a boxer
Yes.
does.
It just-
have to transform into a wrestler.
Because a boxer
So it
can't
has
pull
to
his
be
punches.
a work box
It's just
match.
no.
Yeah, a
it
boxer
just-
can't pull his punches.
There was never a point in the match where it looked like either one was really trying to hurt the other person.
Never. No. And it was complete farce. I mean, Flair,
Which is exactly what boxing isn't.
yeah.
So
Flair
I
was,
would have stayed away from
He
that.
was spraying
Oh my
something on
God,
the
you're
glove.
so well. I mean, all right. It's just like NFL players, MLB players. If you're a professional athlete, dude, there's a pretty good chance that you like wrestling. So my point is that like everybody likes wrestling, and then some of them can like look at it as the farce it's supposed to be, and they're like, "Oh my God, they're killing my career."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Flair was spraying something on the gloves in between one of the rounds.
Oh, I didn't even miss that.
What's it supposed to be that he sprayed?
Yeah, who knows?
Chloroform. That was the old thing.
Yeah, because when you hit a guy and then his eyes
Yeah,
you can't
it's
see.
the old
Okay,
Three Stooges, dude. The Three Stooges did this.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay. Yeah, this match, I don't even think it was a match. I can't give it a rating. They would be negative stars. If
I had no, I had no notes whatsoever.
All right.
I had none.
So now we have, after all of this that we've just given you,
The piece de resistance.
we've given you,
Oh my God! Our second French reference today.
we've given you,
Third.
we've given you a dancing off match. We've given you a junkyard battle royal. We've given you a handicap tag team match. We've given you a country western versus a group of rappers. What else have we given you? Oh, a boxing match. And now we give you
And a loser can't dance anymore match.
a loser can't dance anymore.
And now we're giving you a tag team match where the heavyweight champion can somehow lose his belt.
What the fuck was this booking?
To his own partner.
What the fuck was this booking?
To his own partner,
To his
nonetheless.
own partner. Why would this be a match where he could
Nash
lose?
was the booker.
I know, but like, what the
Wait,
heck?
all right, so Nash is the booker at this point, and
Yes.
he put the belt on himself?
Yes. Yes.
He's a fucking dude.
He stopped Goldberg.
Yes. He beat
He's like,
Goldberg
"Fuck
straight."
Goldberg.
6 months before he ended Goldberg
That's a
streak.
douchebag move.
Yes. So Nash is the booker. Nash puts himself over, and he puts the belt back on himself. And
Takes
now,
Rey Mysterio's mask off.
yeah, like Nash is a booker. There's so much heat on Bischoff, Hogan, and Russo that Nash gets forgotten for as much blame that he should get for WCW dying. Because, man, like, go watch this 99 WCW run. It's awful. Like, and it's not because the talent's not good. There's so many talented individuals up and down this card. But it's the execution, it's the creative, it's everything there. And, man, it's really bad.
And if you're going to have a stipulation like that in the match, and you don't do any spots where Sting could possibly pin Nat, like, even like
Nash is down and there's no one
Why
else
did
there.
Sid let it happen?
And Sting's there like, I
don't know.
Do I
Why did
pin him? Do I?
oh yeah,
Why did Sid let it happen at the end?
Because he's Macho Man's guy?
No.
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Like
He should have powerbombed Macho Man.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Macho Man was like, yeah, Sid, get him.
Yeah, help me out,
dude.
And
then it's
then
like-
they fist bump at the end. I didn't even realize
Like-
people fist bumped there. Did you guys notice a fist bump?
Sid
Yeah.
always
I
did a
thought-
fist bump.
See, I thought those things didn't happen until like
No,
2015.
Sid loved fist bumps.
It was
dude.
kind of like the
2015.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it was kind of like the Edge Luchasaurus type thing. Like Macho Man was like, yeah, get him, like to Sid Vicious, and he was just like, okay.
Sid's like, yeah, here, take the belt.
Yeah.
So if you guys
I
remember,
I
slap
was expecting him to stop the count.
to double.
when we watched the Great American Bash a couple weeks ago, the main event was Macho Man and Kevin Nash. Sid did a run-in,
Right, yeah.
and he helped Macho Man, and then they were partnered up at this point, and he's in Macho Man's group. We have no idea who did the mystery Hummer still.
Yeah,
at
but
all.
the announcers should have put it over that Sid hired by, you know what I'm saying?
Mystery Hummer sounds like I want.
Yes, the mystery Hummer.
Yeah.
Which we said.
It could be a dude.
relax, Van Handy,
AKA the glory hole.
Yeah, the glory hole, the mystery Hummer that we talked about. Man, this match was horrible. There's nothing good to say about it. I'm sorry. This was awful creative. It was awful.
No,
everything.
dude, they were laying it in.
Yeah, they were really busting out the work rate.
Yeah, brother.
I mean, Macho Man was gigantic at this point. Macho Man in
Dude, you see
'99.
how everybody looked huge.
Everybody looked huge.
They were jacked.
They
cut, ripped, chiseled.
They really
jacked.
were, but man, this was just awful. I don't know what to say. Macho Man wins the world title in a tag team match, and then the very next night he loses the belt to Hogan on Nitro. That's what they did. That was their booking. Yep.
The highlight of the match was Gorgeous George.
By far.
Even though she whiffed the first time on the ball shot.
She whiffed on that low blow really bad. Almost as bad as Tamatonga did this weekend. Yeah. That was blown. That was
Yo,
horrible.
wait a minute.
I'm watching it and it happened. I'm like, the time, like, did she just whiff?
She did. She did. Her one
like it
spot.
totally.
This is her
Yeah.
punch.
Her one spot. She
Yeah,
missed.
and then she just gave like a
I tried to-
undercut to his
I
bunghole.
rewinded it and I tried to see if like Nash like turned his head over and said, "Girl, can you please do it again?" But I don't know why she did it again.
No, because she clearly whiffed.
No,
it.
she completely missed the first time.
Yeah, see, I did. To me, I thought she hit him up here, like in the top of his
No,
sleeve.
she completely missed, so he couldn't tell her to do it again because he didn't feel a thing. He's just
so
waiting
bad.
on her.
She's in his periphery on his left right there.
She
though.
was going to hit him, and he's turning with the dude on him, and she just completely misses.
Yeah,
Swing and
so-
a miss.
I know, but wouldn't you think once one of the freaking dudes would have said, "Listen, honey, you go down to your knee and you give him one of these."
No,
You know what
I
mean?
don't
You
think
don't
so,
run
because
by
look
and
at
go
the way
like
the
this.
match is put. Look at the way the match is
I
put.
know, but this was the basic ball shot of all ball shots. It's the most basic
Well, he's
ever.
7 foot. I don't think you would have thought she was gonna miss.
I think Kevin Nash was just smoking a doob, drinking a case of beer in the locker room, and he didn't give a
All
fuck.
right,
And,
so
and
think about
practicing his
this.
high knees.
Yeah, he didn't
Okay,
give a
so
fuck.
think about this.
His one and his hair flip.
You
He
guys-
always has the hair flip on point. Always had the hair flip.
So you guys are wondering why would Nash, if he's the booker, book himself in this position, right? Now I didn't know this, but you just said it. So did Nash not want to lose to Hogan?
Well, Nash and Hogan worked the next month, and he did a job for Hogan, actually.
Well, yeah, but Hogan had the strap.
Yeah, so
It wasn't Nash with the strap, it was Hogan with the strap because he beat Macho Man, you said the next night.
Right, but he did work Hogan and do a job for him the next month, though. So I don't think...
All right, but there's a little bit of difference between losing the belt to him and then freaking just
Him
losing to
keeping
him
it, yeah.
with the belt. You know what I'm saying? There's a different ounce.
If anything, it makes it worse. Like, I think he would
I don't
rather...
know. I just think either way, if you're given the book, you shouldn't put the belt on yourself.
I agree.
Okay, well, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, dude.
Well, dude,
there's
he might
so many guys.
Honestly,
H.
he might not have thought there was anybody else worth putting the belt on.
There's tons of guys I think you could have pushed. I mean, you could push Scott Steiner, you could push Booker T, you could push...
You were not
Conan,
pushing that. Okay. Oh, see, it was a little bit too early for BT yet.
Well, I don't think it was. I think you could have
Well,
pushed...
no, but it was.
You could have pushed a lot of these guys, and Goldberg was hurt at this
But
point.
dude, there was 3 levels of the company. You were a top dude, or you were freaking lower middle class.
I know, and that's
That's
the reason
it.
they went out of business.
Well,
Is-
and the best dudes in the company lived in lower middle class. The
Yeah.
guys that could work.
And guys like Chris Jericho are leaving because of that glass ceiling, and he debuts in WWF the next month, and he goes there. And
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's on his way
Right,
out.
that
at this
makes
point.
sense.
All these guys are like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," and they realize that this company was.
Well,
done.
there's probably rumblings too that the company's going under at that
You
point.
didn't need
you know?
rumblings. I mean, just look at the booking. You had no chance at ever getting past a certain level, ever.
Yeah, so you have Chris Jericho,
Yeah,
but
okay.
Disco Inferno's opening
But,
the show.
all right,
Yeah, exactly. Jericho's on the roster still, and even though he's given his notice at this
And you
point.
got a dance off between Ernest the Cat Miller and Disco Inferno.
Yep.
And then Jericho debuts against The Rock. Oh darn!
Yeah, one of the best debuts in WWE history.
Yeah,
still
like-
to
Yeah,
this
just
day.
watch it. Pretty.
Yeah, nah,
pretty
man,
big pop.
it's just-
countdown, everything.
This. Go ahead.
Question about the booking that we were just talking about. Do you think you were saying like why give it to Macho Man and then just for Hogan to get it the next night? Do you think when you were reading the sheets like earlier in the show about the whole domestic violence thing or whatever, do you think putting it on Macho Man was to kind of like get the girl over or like give?
It's interesting.
I don't know how I'm
Tosh,
trying to
are you
explain
sure
it, but
your
like
timing's exactly right here?
Yes.
Right before this match.
Yes.
So this shit happens, and then they go and put the belt on Macho Man.
Yes. Yes.
so
Was this the night before?
This was a couple days before on Nitro, and it was at a Georgia Dome Nitro where a lot of executives.
So
were at.
maybe they tried to turn a wrong into a right by giving them the belt to. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Process,
why
but-
wouldn't they jump ship right there and just have Nash lose to Hogan?
Right.
No idea. I don't know. Maybe they thought it would make look like Sid coming in look weak, or
I don't know. Like to me, it sounds like the situation where it was Paulie, me, Mikey, and Austin. He didn't want me to lose to Austin, so he had me lose to Mikey. Austin beat Mikey. Oh darn! Austin signs with Vince. I have to get the belt back.
but Hogan comes in, beats them both, and Macho Man, I don't know, beats Nash. Nash loses both here. Nash eats the pin to Macho Man, and then he eats the pin to Hogan. So it's not like there's any like A beats B, but B beats C. kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
So
dude.
clearly it doesn't.
There's
matter.
none of this
So-
that makes sense.
so-
We're trying to
Alright, I
explain
know, but
99
I-
WCW. It
I
doesn't
know,
make
but
sense.
think about
Yeah.
Nash is a smart dude. He might think right here the backlash is let me put some people over right here. You know what I mean? Because I thought it was a little bit dirty. And Kevin's always been good to me, but I didn't like him taking Rey Mysterio's mask.
Yeah.
Although he put Ray at another level, Ray was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Ray was
I mean-
crying, dude. I did not agree with that.
How could you?
At all.
And we've talked about this before. It's just like bad marketing. Selling masks and selling dolls where you could sell multiple different like outfits and stuff and everything. Like it just makes sense. And it's colorful and it's cool. And you see all these like literally like Mexican wrestling is based on the amount of masks they sell outside of the arena sometimes. Like there's so much tradition there and everything. It made no sense to me that they wanted to take the masks off of these guys, especially Red.
Well, I know, but it's like one of those, let's throw a pebble, dude. And the ripples, that literally, Ray ended up with the title.
Yeah, but that was in WWF
ended
when he
up-
had a mask again.
Yeah,
It's not because
it
anything
doesn't
Kevin
matter.
Nash did for him.
Yeah, I know, but it was a different level.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Ray was a cruiserweight. He worked with fucking Nash, got his mask ripped off. He's a heavyweight.
True.
That's exactly what happened.
It was a lot later, but yeah, that was
That's
WC.
the point. That's the starting point then.
No, you're right.
Don't try and give me a backhanded slap in the face.
No, you're-
Well, that was much later.
Well, that was much later. He didn't get
Not
the
the
heavyweight.
point.
He didn't get the
Why
heavyweight
do you
title.
have to say that though?
That's a huge ass ripple.
Yeah, because he got the heavyweight title
they
6
are.
years later in another company.
Because he went from a cruiserweight to a heavyweight. That's it. Do you think Ray would have jumped into the other company and ran the WWE's heavyweight championship? No, he would have been stuck at mid-class level.
But when he went to WWE though in 2002, he was still a cruiserweight. That was it,
Boom.
No, it was not until a lot later that he broke out into the heavyweight division.
Oh, you're right.
All right.
No, I agree.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I agree a little bit.
Okay.
That's because my time frames are a little bit different.
Yeah.
I thought it happens quicker.
I got you. So that was WCW.
So did everybody just realize there? So neither one of my sons could go back and say, "Hack, you've never said that somebody else has been right." Can you please document this, Oliver?
There you go.
No, because you're only saying it so you can say that you said it.
Yeah.
No, but I
you have
agree
to really
with them.
mean it.
I agree with them because it's been so long ago that my frame of reference of time, I thought it happened way quicker than 6 years.
Yeah.
From the one company to the other.
Yeah. No, I know what
And
you're
so
saying.
that's why I had to agree with you.
This, and I guess whenever you apologize to that woman at the Philadelphia sports bar that Todd Gordon told us about, those are the 2 times you've admitted that you were wrong.
Fuck her and the horse she rode it in.
All right, we're back to down to 1 time you admitted when you're wrong. So, guys, we do have some listener questions. As always, send them into sandmanpod@gmail.com. First up here is Andrew Lawler.
Andrew!
Andy,
Where are you from?
Not related to Jerry in Birmingham, Alabama. This guy writes.
All right, don't call him Andy. If he wanted to
That's
be
what he
called
said.
Andy,
No, he
I would
wrote
say
Andy.
call him
Yes, he
Andy.
did. I'm
yeah,
calling
are
by-
you sure? Is this person real?
Yes, I'll show you my
Where
email
is
in
he
a second.
from?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Ooh. Yo, dude, how are your schools doing right now? And did you get any bad weather from the hurricane?
Okay, those are the questions for
The
you.
barrel
Andy.
hurricane, or however you say it.
Here's his question for you, Hack. How much cocaine is too much for one day?
Dude, it matters how good the cocaine is. I mean, if you get some shale shit, that's the stuff that, like, you slice it with a razor blade. And it's like, if you can imagine being in, what's this Scarface movie? Who's the one with Ray Liotta? Imagine
Goodfellas?
imagine the guy that when
cutting the garlic?
what's his name's cutting the garlic. When you could cut coke like that, and you could like see through the center of it, dude. That was the best. So it mattered how good it was. You could have 6 grams that could last you 3 days, or you could have 1.5 ounces that last you a day and a half.
Okay, I hope that helped you, Andy, there with that one. But
Just say.
Be safe, Andy.
yeah, be safe. Andy. Don't do it.
Stay
Hack.
away from the fentanyl, dude.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they're putting fentanyl in everything.
PSA.
Please. Go
PSA,
to
there
your,
you go.
Go to your local. No, this is like a hack thing. Whatever it's not. Is it Narcan? Whatever they give you for fentanyl, everybody should have one of those things in their backpack, in their car, or whatever. If somebody drops at a party, all you got to do is spray the shit up their nose.
Yeah, they have like portable like Narcan cans that
Yeah,
everybody can
dude,
have.
they're
now.
free in a lot of states. So please, people, this fentanyl problem is huge. Anytime, anywhere, somebody could drop at a party, and if they drop, it's probably what they're dropping from. You could save a life.
I've been
Imagine
around
how over you would be then.
How over you would be. What a weird choice of words to say.
Well, no, but it's
agree.
true.
No, I agree
It's
with your
so
PSA
true,
sentiment.
dude. If Oprah had a TV show right now, she would say the same exact thing that I'm
would say
saying.
be over.
It's happened to me before. I've had a buddy that's dropped on one, and if
Oh,
I
is
had
that right?
and if I had a Narcan thing, I would have just done it right then.
Yeah, dude.
No.
The paramedics came and
It's
did it
so
themselves.
prevalent now, especially in the African American community right now. It's like I just read this article today. It's like 0.23 times more prevalent than if whites.
Okay.
And that is your hack PSA of
That's
the
your
week.
PSA of the week.
Yeah, but please, you guys, fentanyl. Tell your kids, please, tell your kids if they want a drug, go get it for them.
Okay. There you got some parents.
Don't go get it on the street.
He-
Kids die from this shit, dude.
No,
It's serious.
I agree, Hack. He also said, can we get a hint on when the merch will be coming out?
Oh
We
my
want
God,
merch.
I'm done with merch. You too, dude. I've been hearing about it.
We got a big
Like,
announcement for you coming soon. Coming soon. Hack, I'll talk to you after the show actually about this here.
Yeah, whatever.
Coming up here.
It's been like 2 months. I'm done doing merch.
Bro, it's
I'd
coming.
rather give it away right now.
So coming up here on the next question. The merch is coming soon, people. Stay
Shut
tuned.
up, Tosh.
Uncle Howard writes in.
Howard.
Hey, gentlemen, it's the king of all media, Uncle Howard. Question for all of you to tackle. If they made a movie about ECW, who would you cast to play the key characters? I think Paul Giamatti would be a great Paulie Heyman.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito is Paul Heyman. I love it.
Danny DeVito is perfect.
I like both those casting
It's
choices,
fucking
though.
Perfect.
Yeah, Giamatti's a good one as well.
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of other
but
people.
Danny can get the Paul character over.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if you've seen the Howard Stern movie. Giamatti's a pretty...
Yeah, pig vomit.
I know
Yeah,
who
Pig
he is,
Bomb,
but I know
yeah,
he is.
he gets pretty like loud and boisterous in that one when he's ticked off at Howard. That's
Okay.
a good one.
That's
I
a
like
great. I
Danny
gotta think
DeVito.
about some of these
All
choices.
right, who's playing Tommy Joe? All right, I know who's playing me.
Who's playing you
Let's
then?
go, no,
Let's go to
let's
you.
play- Who's
Duke
playing
Nukem?
Dreamer?
Dreamer.
De
Let's
Niro?
go. Now let's go. Michael Imperioli. Christopher.
Oh wow, I do like Michael.
Yeah, let's go, Christopher.
Yeah, from
Sopranos.
The Sopranos. Yeah, the kid.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Okay.
Ooh, all right, who'd be Taz?
Oh
God.
Who'd be Taz, boys?
I don't know who Taz would be.
I was gonna say.
They're probably
I was
about the
gonna
same
say
height.
who's the shortest actor.
Yeah,
but
they're
they're all
probably about.
short.
Yeah, they're all short. They're all
And Vin
short.
would beat the shit out of Taz.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Maybe we'll have to come back to that. I'll have to think
Yeah,
about that
that's a
because
good one.
I like it as
because
job,
it's
Tom.
hard. It's hard for me to pull off the top, but I like the question.
I like the question too. We're going to have to think about that. Coming up next here, this is Doug from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
All right, Doug.
All right, yo, do you golf a lot?
Okay.
South Carolina, hey, Hilton Head's the greatest thing ever.
Love your podcast. First things first. Hack, question about ECW reboot. Did you ever get to work with Bob Holly or have any dealings with him?
Yeah, he beat the shit out of me one match. I went to Johnny Ace and I said, I can't work with this guy again. He's going to break me. He goes, okay, you won't work with him again.
So Bob Holly and Knobs are long lost cousins.
Okay.
Tess, too. I said the same thing to Johnny Ace. Tess was a crowbar.
Okay.
All right, so when I'm there at that time, it's Tess is a straight crowbar.
Not actual crowbar. Just
No Devin Stone.
Holly's a crowbar. The Vampire's a crowbar, and there's another one that I'm forgetting.
you actually ended up being pretty good friends with Tess, though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, but dude, he did a run-in on me and Knox and gave me a fat lip. Freaking the first thing he did.
2 crowbars.
2 crowbars there. So, great question.
Yeah,
there,
but
Doug.
Johnny Ace was great to me. I said, dude, I can't work with this dude. He's gonna break me, and he'd be like, "Oh, you're not working with him again."
He also said, sidebar, my hometown is not far from Front Royal, Virginia. A few years ago, I met Shane Douglas and Francine. As an English teacher myself, when I told Shane that, he literally held up the line behind me and started talking to me about the teaching profession for 10 minutes. It was a neat but weird, smart guy, though. Thanks so much, and your podcast
Are
kicks
you
the shit out
kidding
of all
me,
the rest.
dude? Shane will talk to you forever. You got lucky that it only lasted 10 minutes. Oh my God. It's all a joke between me, Francine, Chris, everybody. Shane can talk forever.
And that was
Like literally forever. I
that was
refuse to
Doug,
ask
right?
him a question at this point anymore because the answer's 6-7 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, he's horrible.
Shane seems like a cool dude to me, but you're burying
Oh
him.
my God, no! But he knows it. Everybody knows it.
He's long-winded.
It's not like it's not like a joke in the business anymore. Everybody knows it.
Man, me and him would talk forever. Up next, Ed from Shinston, West Virginia.
All right, Ed, West Virginia. Where?
Shinston, West Virginia. Does anyone at all talk to Mustafa or know what he's up to?
Well, no, the last
Probably
time...
smoking pencil shavings and under an underpants somewhere.
He said a mystery man. First off, props for him for being alive. We just don't hear a thing from him
No, he's
nowadays.
straight now.
He was on the
New Jack
Dark
Yeah,
side with you
me.
and
Who am I talking to, Ed?
Yes.
Yo, Ed, you have to understand something. They were a tag team, right? There's certain tag teams. Think about the Steiner brothers. Who was the most famous? Think about the Gangsters. Who was the most famous? You know what I mean? Think about the Public Enemy. Who was the most famous? There's always another guy that's the biggest guy. You know what I mean? So. And Mustafa was so out of his mind back then. It's not like he could separate himself from New Jack then, because New Jack was the guy that's jumping off 30 feet every night, going through somebody on a table.
Yeah.
What the hell's he gonna do?
But have you heard? Have you kept in touch with him? Maybe keep in touch with him?
Everything. I've seen him. I don't know. My thing is like. I could say it was 3 years ago, but it could have been 7 years ago.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So.
All right. So we don't know. Sorry, Ed. Well, we'll be on the lookout for Mustafa.
No, Ed, I gave you a great answer.
He did in his own way. What's up, Hack?
Another backhanded comment by him. Oh, in his own way. Smack! Now, you hear how passive aggressive he is?
I'm busting your balls, dude. That's what you do.
I mean, never bust your balls.
Oh, all the time.
I swear I wouldn't.
What's up, Hack Amigos? It's your favorite Juggalo, Nate from Colorado Springs, here to make this podcast just a little bit more.
That's a good place to live.
Just a little bit more politically incorrect. In 2019, Hack got to attend his first gathering of the Juggalos, where he enjoyed some Molly, acid, and shrooms before his match.
I was so high.
Any memories?
I stole the dude who was the
We heard this story, didn't we?
Yeah,
No.
the Juggalo-
You stole the golf cart or something?
Yeah, I stole the guy who was running the whole place. I stole. Why are you saying? What's going on?
We didn't hear it on the show. We've heard the story before, but we haven't heard it on the show.
So
I got you.
I rolled in and I stole the first golf cart I stole, because you gotta understand something. Shit's like spread out in the woods here. You know what I mean? So you can't go walking. I mean, maybe if you're like a young kid or whatever, but. So I stole the first golf cart, and then I just started driving around, and people were like, and they would have like little like stands set up like you were at a flea market. These people had this drug, the next stand had this drug, the next stand had this drug, and I took all of them. Oh my God, I was so happy. You gotta understand something. They had me showing up here at noon. They're like, hey, we want you here at noon, 1 o'clock. I didn't go to the ring until 3 a.m. in the morning. So can you imagine me and how many drugs I can do at like a Woodstock?
No.
Where everybody's doing is so, oh my God, I was so high. I couldn't get over the barrier. So finally the matches start, and we're right before like intermission. And the big guy Chris is with me, like he's my like security guard. Dude, I was so high I couldn't get over the barrier. I was like, Chris, turn around. He just picked me up and like placed me on the other side of it. Well, I wouldn't have been able to get inside the barrier.
Wow.
It was good, dude. It was a really good high though.
So you had a good time at the gathering.
Oh yeah. Well, I turned it down. They wanted me to go to this year's one, which might have just happened in like May 1st or April 1st or something like that. I'm like, no, dude, I'm good.
Okay.
I don't need to be tempted. I might die there this time.
No, I hear you. man.
Literally.
We're going next year.
Next year. Book it, Daddy.
Ollie heard drug buffet. He's like, I'm in.
Yo, writing in from this one, it's our friend Brian Mills from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Brian!
Hello again.
Alberta.
Hello again, handsome hacking
Canada.
friends. Thank you for your concern regarding my daughter.
Canada.
She's doing well. She's actually headed to Paris next month to visit a bunch of museums. Should be a great time.
Oh my God! You have to go to the Louvre and you have to see, and you'll be shocked at how small the actual real Mona Lisa is.
I see it.
Please go see it, dude. The Louvre is great. And then maybe if you're there, you can go maybe to a Guggenheim in like Germany. You know what I mean? It would take you about 8 hours to get there, but the Guggenheim's great too.
Okay. This week's question is not a wrestling one.
Why are you laughing, Ty?
I'll tell you off
Why?
air.
Because I know
No,
that
it's
we're
amazing.
Yes, that's exactly why.
Amazing. It's
I
impressive.
know. Dude, museums are the greatest thing ever.
This week's question is not a wrestling one. How do you guys feel about the Eagles next year? I think on paper they're a top 5 team, but I think Sirianni lost the locker room last year, and I don't think he'll be able to keep it together this season. How do you think their season goes, and would you rather have Dan Campbell instead? Holly, what do you think about this one, man? What do you think about the Birds this year?
I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
Wow, Super Bowl. All right. I mean, yeah.
Okay, with a new offensive coordinator,
I
a
don't
new
care.
defensive coordinator, we're going to the Super Bowl.
I don't care. Nobody's,
Come on, boys.
nobody's-
That's a little bit of a stretch.
Nobody's going to be able to stop our offense. You
I
can
love
run a
it.
high school offense with Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith, and we'll still win.
I love it. I mean, I love our offense. I'm super stoked for the season. I do have a little bit of doubt about Sirianni, but we'll see what happens.
No, I have no doubt about him. As long as he's got Dom there. No, the best place for Sirianni is overseer. All right, think about this. Remember when you guys won't realize that? Well, you might, but my two sons might not. Like when Buddy Ryan came in, he did not know when to call a freaking timeout ever. Now, fast forward, Doug Peterson, did he ever know when to call a timeout ever in his first couple of years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what was the question again?
How do you feel about the Eagles this coming year?
Yeah, so my point is you can't have a brand new offensive coordinator or a brand new defensive coordinator and go to the Super Bowl. It's never happened before.
You think it's a
and
lack
win
of
the Super
cohesion?
Bowl. Maybe you got there, but it just doesn't happen with 2 new coordinators. It just doesn't.
I really love the Eagles this year. I don't think it'd be hard to not. Obviously, with the additions that we've made,
What's our line? Ty, what's the line for the Eagles?
it's got to be 9.5 or 10.5. I'd say around that.
Yeah, I don't
Who's
know.
lower?
We got to be favored for the division.
No, I'm for the whole league. I don't care about the division.
Oh, you're saying
Who's
what-
favorite for the Super Bowl?
It's got. I don't know. Is it Kansas City again?
I would say Kansas City, Baltimore, San Fran. are
Definitely
probably right
Baltimore.
there.
Definitely, yeah, all within less than like 15-1, right?
Detroit will be up there, too.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say
Detroit
I would
even?
say Kansas City, Baltimore, Detroit, San Fran are probably the top 4. Off,
I'll tell you what, Brian. As we get closer to football season, sometime in August, we'll do like a football preview segment with our picks for the year. So,
And I love Dan Campbell, by the way. He's old school.
leader of men.
Totally, yeah.
Leader of men. Love Dan Campbell, and shouts out to my boy Neil, who passed away. Big Lions fan, so always rooting for the Lions.
Hi, Neil.
Shouts out to Neil. Coming up here is Drummy from Bryan Street Tavern.
Jeremy, what's your tab up to?
Longtime listener, would you ever consider hanging out with a fan and having a couple cold brews? Having said that, today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Drummy.
All right, Drummy. Happy
Wait,
birthday.
when did he send this?
He sent this one day ago. So
All right, so yesterday.
yesterday. Would you have a couple cold brews with me at the tavern? If so, how many beers would we have together? How long would you stay, and how much do you think our tab would be? Thanks, Sandy.
Well,
I
one,
think he
I'd
was
rather
drunk.
kill myself than go to a bar. 2, if they're not serving 99 bananas, I ain't going. 3, don't drink beer anymore. 4, I'll meet you in Walmart parking lot.
There you go, Drummy.
And
You-
5 as long as it's on the existing tab.
Yeah, yeah. As long as it's on your tab, Drummy, he's buying. All right, dude. So happy birthday,
As
Drummy.
long as, so that's a great saying. As long as it's on your tab, I'm buying.
Thank you, Drummy. Happy birthday, bud. Hope it's a good one for you. Hope you get home safe wherever the tavern is, man. Coming up next is Kevin from Dayton, Ohio.
All right, Kev. How you say it?
Hack, give it any memories from working with Jerry Lawler in ECW?
No, we only did that one angle. Wow. There'll be a hack check, and I probably worked
Yeah,
with
Hack.
them there.
Actually, correction. We're actually doing this next week on the show. Is ECW Heatwave '97, and you guys worked in the main event.
Oh, all right. Didn't
I would have said no chance. I would have thought I came in a run-in like at the end, the first night Lawler was in, lights off, lights on, Sabu and Van Dam literally wiped out the whole locker room.
Yeah, well,
I don't even remember that. Didn't Kevin ask us a question about this week's?
He did. He asked us a question about that Bash at the Beach show too. So Kevin,
He's been on point.
you've been on point, dude. So really appreciate the questions, Kevin. We will get you some Jerry Lawler and ECW stories next week on the show as we cover ECW Heatwave 1997. As always, give us a follow on social media at Sandman Pod on Twitter and the Sandman Podcast on Instagram. Like, share, review. We got that merch coming out for you guys very, very soon.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, we do. Shut up, man. We do. Hack. As always, Arcane of the Week and Toast of the Week.
All right, you guys, freaking, it's all Tony Storm and Mariah May,
Wow.
dude. That's
Awesome.
it.
Wow.
I know, but
For
it's
your toast of the week?
Well, no, this is all I want to talk about in this segment is because weren't we just saying last week that, like, once they did all the kiss or whatever, it would be stupid for them to break it up, and we all agreed? Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Well, we knew it was coming eventually. I just don't
Yeah, I
think we
know.
thought it was coming right.
Right,
now.
well, I knew that's called hot shot.
Well, because
like us.
because Mariah won the women's open heart tournament, and she was so basically she won a shot at Tony's title. So I guess that's why they made her flip instantly, so they can start the
and the
program.
pay-per-view's pretty close. It's at the end of August. and we're almost
So
middle of
she
July.
won the tournament to get a shot at Tony. So they gotta start that program.
I
They
loved
couldn't
it.
have waited.
I didn't even realize that. That's how stupid I am.
I'll tell you what.
But yeah.
But now it makes a little bit more
And
sense.
Mariah using the shoe.
Dude,
Oh
she
my
laid
God.
that man.
But as far as like Tony being the thing is always watch for the shoe, and Mariah's the one using the shoe on her head is just.
I wasn't expecting it at all. So, like, and I know you should always, like, kind of have. I wasn't expecting it at all. I thought it was just going to be them kissing maybe or something, and that ends Dynamite.
Seriously, even though you knew that if Mariah wins, she'd go against Tony, you knew that?
Yes.
Yeah, but they just did the triple kiss. They just did the whole thing. I mean,
okay,
you know
so
what
at
I'm
this
saying?
point,
So it's
alright,
like,
I got you.
you're
I
not
was
thinking.
sucked in.
I got you. Oh, yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, Dynamite was good.
I would have been sucked in too if I would have known that.
And then
I would have expected the other chick to come out.
that, to me, as a heel turn, like, it caught you off guard. It was a punch in the face. And it was so well executed.
Dude, Tony,
So well executed.
the blood looked awesome. Like,
Amazing.
Yeah.
And her pressing her face against Tony's. Remember when Tony did the lipstick thing? That was kind of like reminiscent of that.
And Luther taking the bump off the
I
stage.
could have done without the Luther bump.
Dude.
That was a little too
He
comical.
looked nice. Though.
I know,
He
but
did.
I know,
He
but
took
how
a
do
good
you-
bump.
I know,
but-
but
I
how
thought
do
she hit him too many times. I think you hit him
Yeah.
once, hit him one more time, and then he takes the bump off.
But
and that'd be it.
man, oh my God, she beat the shit out
I
of
know,
Tony.
just the shot of Tony's face, like with the blood all over it.
That's a money angle.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was a money
All
angle.
right, so here we go. Let's do forward booking because I don't know, but so the other girl that was in the three-way kiss, where is her place now?
Now she's in the middle.
She can come back. I mean, she works over in Stardom for Japan, so I don't know if she's in there full time.
Yeah, but if you see, Mariah was in the middle for Tony and Mira. Now Mira's going to be in the middle for Tony and Mariah.
I like it. Yeah, you just flip that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you took, like, because Tony brought her in and was like, they did the triple kiss, and then now Mariah does the turn, and then Mira's like,
I
what? Now
haven't.
she's stuck in the middle.
I haven't read up on this, but apparently there's like an.
Well, of course, everybody knows you ain't done your homework until you walk in the back
Oh
door.
my God,
Dude, he was
coming
reading
from
the
you.
Meltzer 99 sheets.
No, there apparently I saw on Twitter earlier there was a thread where this is based on like an old movie, the angle that they did between Mariah and Tony and everything.
Everything's based off an old story, an old fable, an old something.
I know, but it's
all-
specifically based on like a certain thing. So I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit further. But man, what a well executed angle that was at the end of Dynamite last night. It certainly was awesome, and I can't wait for that match at Wembley. I think that's gonna
I don't know. I don't think it.
be. You don't
I
like
would
it?
say right now I don't like it. Hey, the execution was freaking unbelievable.
You think it was too soon though?
Yeah.
It's
I
funny
think it was
because my buddy Matt, he always listens to the show every week.
Well, he don't
and-
know shit.
No, he was texting me today actually after the angle, and he said he was like, I know you guys were all saying that you thought they had a lot of meat left on the bones. What did you guys think about the angle? And I was like, I'll be talking about it on the show tonight, hopefully. And here we did, man. So you can listen in and tell us what you think about the angle, too. So certainly, I thought it was awesome and can't wait to see where it goes from here. So, as always, guys, like, share, review, and we will catch you next week where we're reviewing ECW Heatwave 1997.
Bonjour.
Ain't it foggy outside?